Okay. All right, guys, we'll be on live in just a few minutes. We're just doing our all right, we're live.
I'll check it over here to make sure we're live. That's my live song. Gotta make sure it's live. The live show.
Whew! It has been cold. The weather dropped.
Hey, the volume is like really low.
Is it? You can't hear us?
Yeah, I can't hear.
Well, we weren't talking. Now I'm talking. Look at that.
Yeah, well, I'm still not hearing anything.
Is your volume all the way up?
Yeah, it's all the way up.
Oh, that's not good.
That's all the way up, and there's nothing.
Oh no!
It's You sure that mic is working?
It's plugged in.
Unplug in, plug it back in.
Oh shit!
Troubleshooting 101.
It's gonna become crooked again.
Oh my goodness! This is what you do when you do it live. You sure you pushed it all in?
Yeah. Is there any like on off on here, or you just plug it in?
No, you just plug it in. It should pick you up.
Unless your port is broken.
See why low? Oh, now it got loud.
On off on here, or you just plug it in?
It got loud.
So it sounds better without it plugged in.
Well, no, they plug it in. Plug it in.
Well, don't stop it. We gotta
No. Let's put it in, and then we'll test the audio.
I can't see.
Put it in.
I can't line it up.
Oh my God, that's what.
Did he?
Technical difficulty. Got it in.
All right, it's in. All right, testing. 1 2 1 2. How do we sound? No, it's lower.
No. We're not talking yet.
Yes, we are. I just said testing.
Oh. Yeah, it is lower.
Yeah, it's lower.
What is up with this technology?
All right, so
Sounds good without the mic. All right, let's just go without the mic.
oh man.
Yo, you know Apple,
Right.
your technology is too damn good. Like we're buying all these accessories, and your technology is just too good. Like we ain't even
like
gonna need.
unnecessary.
Yo, watch. We don't even need this ring light anymore because it's gonna be like adaptive lighting.
Actually, I don't think we're bright enough. Yeah, you see when you come forward, it's like, ooh, we're on the door.
Oh. All right, so you can hear us good
like
now. We're good now. We're good.
Ugh.
I look like I'm cold because I am.
There we go.
I look like Uncle Fester.
You do.
Uncle Fester.
That's hilarious. Adam's family.
Adam's family.
Do.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Hey, that's copyrighted. Stop that shit. You're gonna get a strike.
I was
again.
really proud of myself because, like, my snaps were pretty loud. I was like, oh, man.
No, what is with the Russian hat?
It's my thing this winter.
You look like a Black Widow over here with the Russian hat, comrade.
Yeah. It's my,
You know what, my ass? That's the winter look?
Yeah, oh my God, it was so cold that I finally wore
It even got the flaps. Look at this.
Oh.
It is practical, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. When it gets really cold, I bring it down.
You don't need earmuffs. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Comrade. Maybe the Russians were onto something. We see you, Russia, making moves.
I got like their
Started with a hat.
look too. What's going on here?
Started with a hat. I got my DC United. Shout out.
I
DC
see
United.
it. I see it.
Love them.
Do you have plans on driving down there for a game or something?
Well, should. I want to camp down there though. Like watch a game and then like drive over to the beach. It's only a few
So
hours.
do you actually like going to the game, or would you rather like sit in the car and like tailgate?
I want to do it all. Why can't I do both?
I don't know.
Like, get there early, tailgate, have fun. DC United games are the best though.
Are they?
Yeah.
I know you always like rave about
Oh
it.
my
You and
God!
the boys,
At least in the
everyone's
old
like,
stadium.
oh.
You know, I haven't even been to the new stadium in DC. But the old stadium, oh, it was so much fun. Like they would go during like the halftime. They would go all inside where the vending machines and stuff is.
Yeah.
And they would just be like on drums and stuff, and they would all be chanting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And New York doesn't do that. Like I went to the NYCFC game. They don't do that. It's so boring out there.
Yeah.
It's in Yankee Stadium too, and I'm like, man, this is lame. I was like, boys,
Yeah,
you
that's a
gotta
really
see real
creative
soccer.
way
You
to
gotta see
like,
real soccer,
get
boys.
your fans going and keep them like hyped
They
for
get
the
you all
second half.
ready. Like the guy comes, there's a guy with a drum, like a whole drum. There's other guys with drums, and there's like doing the halftime show. Like that's what I call it, the halftime show. It's not even a halftime show. It's like fans just going in a hallway, just cheering and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but you know the crowd that like the Super Bowl's halftime pools. It's just like that. You need, something with
But
a
even
lot of
like,
energy to get
but that's
people
like,
going.
but even that, it's still like what I like about it. It's like, it's impromptu, but it's not like it's organized. Like everybody knows what it is, but it's just the fans doing that. Whereas like with the Super Bowl, even that has become too commercialized. Like they gotta have a grand. Oh my God, who's gonna do the Super Bowl halftime show and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Right? Like it becomes a big ordeal. Like why can't it just be like oh yo, something dope? I don't know. Random. Like why can't it be random? Why it all has to be so commercialized?
Well,
everything gotta make money.
No,
everything gotta make money.
People, put that pressure on you. Like, oh, it's gotta be better than last year.
Oh man, I can't believe we're actually on time.
Right? It feels good though.
Wow, we're on time. Yo, what up? You should put that in the thing. We're on time. People are confused. Like, yo, I missed the first 10 minutes. You guys were on time. So this is weird. The mic didn't work. A little furball.
Which is crazy because the mic works great with the iPad Air.
The mic. See, that's the mic. And it plugs in right there. See, to the iPad. To the side. But that didn't work. And it does work great. Like, it was so much better on your iPad.
Yeah, which is why you were like, oh, we have to switch to heaters.
Yeah.
Because it was picking up the
sound.
So
I wonder if maybe it's something in the settings. Or maybe in the app. Like, we didn't turn on for this.
App setting.
Who's doing the Super Bowl halftime this year?
I'm not even watching this.
Dre, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg?
Oh, Lord.
No, they said that if
that sounds like an old school
they said
crew.
that
if
if it gets canceled due to Kofifi, Dr. Dre is gonna lose like a lot of money. He put a lot of money into this.
Oh,
like his money, like millions into it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but Dr. Dre's and Mary J. Oh, okay, that'd be official. Dr. Dre's actually trying to.
That's really like old school group right there. I like it.
Well, Dre's trying to be back into the limelight because he was in GTA. So there was like a whole expansion that came out recently in Grand Theft Auto, and like you can go and you actually have to work for Dr. Dre, and then you go into the studios and you're listening to him, and he released like I think it was like 8 new tracks just for the game, which they're really good. Like he has like Bruno Mars, Busta Rhymes, like a bunch of people, Eminem, and like a bunch of people in the tracks with him.
That's
but
cool.
He's trying to come back. I'm like, it's funny how they cycle in. Like think about artists that like you used to love back in the day, and like they're not even around no more. And you're like, yo, you guys gonna come back, or are you really a one-hit wonder?
No, I mean like
one-hit wonder.
When some of the older artists do put stuff out there, I get so excited. Like every time like J-Lo drops something.
Do you?
I feel like she drops something like every 6 to 10 years, you know?
J-Lo.
That's my girl.
She cracks me up though. Like her and all these like female artists. Like I gotta shout them out because they try to empower you guys by saying, oh, we could do anything. We're so, but then what do they rely on? Like she did that movie recently, Hustlers. I don't know if you heard about it, where it's like the strippers.
I didn't see it.
It's about the strippers taking advantage of men. And guess what she's doing? She's shaking her ass on there. It's like all they use is sex appeal. It's like they want to tell you like, oh, we're women, we could do anything. It's all about my music. I'm an artist, huh? And then they fill your guy's head with all this bullshit, and then guess what they do in their videos? Sex appeal.
Well, I don't.
Beyonce's the same way.
I don't like the way this conversation is going. They're not the same. They're not the same. They're
the same way. They're the same way. Go ahead, take it personally because you got to be awakened to this shit. They want to pump your head with all this shit like, oh, we're so strong, but then what do they rely on? Sex appeal.
What's wrong with sex appeal?
Yeah, she was intimidated.
Yeah,
she was intimidated.
That's how you get that bread.
She was intimidated by Shakira in the Super Bowl when they did it together. Going back to the Super Bowl, she was intimidated by her because Shakira's much younger than her, so she was threatened. Like, oh my god.
Did you see a behind the scenes thing? Or?
No, you could just tell by the tension and just their body language. Yeah, like you could tell. Go watch the. They did. Don't get me wrong, they did it. They did an amazing job. And I was kind of bummed because it was in Miami and they didn't bring Pitbull in. However, knowing that they all did songs with him, I was like, I don't know what's up with that, Mr. 305. What's up with that? But
he wasn't in Miami at the time.
He wasn't in Miami.
Nah.
He missed the worldwide now. He was in Mumbai. No, I mean they killed it, but you could tell like she was a little more threatened by the younger.
I didn't pick up on that. I thought she was killing it.
Maybe.
I was like, yo, if I could look like that when I'm her age, like you have no idea how I felt about it.
Well, you could look like that.
I know, and I'm working towards it.
Mom's jeans.
Yes.
We got Mom's jeans.
Yes.
We're gonna look great.
You also have to work
60.
for it, though. You also gotta work for it. You can't just it's
just have
coming.
fun. Look, I told you last time. The secret to youth is being happy. Just be playful. Be a kid. Just be a kid. What are you gonna do? You're gonna pump yourself with all that artificial.
Kids run around. They work out.
Yes.
Freaking monkey bars and shit.
Oh, I'm not denying that. I'm just like the other stuff that people do. You gotta use your
body to keep
it
going.
Like J-Lo, you know how much like plastic surgery she's been doing with herself?
Stop that. She don't do that shit. That's all natural, okay?
All famous people do that shit. I can't even say all famous women because I was gonna say that and I kind of like stopped because I was like, men do that shit too.
Yeah, they do.
They'll be looking like this. Hi, I'm still in my 20s. What up, yo? Why they always like? It's all like, nah, ain't nothing wrong. I ain't do that with my face. Like, why y'all doing that shit? Like, man, like you could tell like they've done something, especially the ones with the fat lips. Well, what up with those fat lips? You seen them, right? Look like somebody punched them in the face.
That's like a thing. Man. It's a trend.
I don't find that attractive. And a lot of people be doing that.
They do.
Like the tight skin and the fat lips, and I'm like, yo, you look like a monster right now. like my kid would see you and run.
No, and a lot of people who did it when they were younger and now they're getting older. Mm-hmm. They look horrible.
Well, I read an article the other day where somebody, I forgot who it was. It was somebody who was famous back in the day, and she came out and she was like that she had all like anything artificial in her body she had taken out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing in the sense that you're not at risk for any health issues. Mm-hmm. But then now you're kind of undoing what your body got adapted to. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's like you guys go through a lot to try to make yourselves look good. And you're not doing it for us. I know that. You're doing it like women, you guys compete with each other. That's what it is.
That's the thing.
Like stop competing with each other. You guys are going to the realm of literally making yourselves look like dolls. Like it's weird. It's weird.
Yo, what's crazy is I met Beyonce.
Backstage?
I was in high school. It was a long time ago.
It was like a backstage thing?
Yeah, but like when I met her, like all I could think was like she looks like a freaking Barbie doll. Mm-hmm.
And that's and I was talking to somebody about this too. It's like I don't know why women artists today rely on sex appeal. Mm-hmm. And they think they need to do that. And it's not like that. Because if you look at the Latin culture, you look at like the women who sing salsa and stuff like that, they are full dressed up. And like they make it a whole deal of like wearing this like elegant, nice dress as they're singing, and it's all about their voice. Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at somebody like Adele, right? I get it. She was more reserved.
But is Adele big right now?
She is. Her album just came out. She was like on the top of the charts.
I didn't even know that.
Her 30 album. Well, she doesn't have a good single.
And I think that's what pushes a lot of artists to portray themselves the way they do. Because if they want to be in the limelight, if they want to be a certain kind of person, they have to follow, the rules.
If you want to be,
society's looking for right now.
I don't think so because Adele was part of pop culture. If you think about, she was in shows like they did her thing in Glee.
Right? For me, Adele's an artist of the past.
She's not. She's still relevant.
Where is
she? But it's just crazy.
She's relevant with her super fans, the people who like saw her as an artist and kept following her.
No, I think because she's still on the charts.
Okay, so is she one of the artists that could possibly be doing the halftime show?
No,
but she's no longer relevant in that way. Show?
I bet you Mary J. Blige ain't gonna be out there shaking her ass though. Like was she always exposed half naked?
All right, we'll see.
It's like you think about like right now, Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Biggest song last year, right? Or was it last year or the year before, right?
Which one? She's been big for like 3 years now.
You know the one. The most controversial song, right? Wop. Yeah. Like he seriously just did that.
I sure did.
I can't even deprogram at this point. I can't even deprogram at this point. Like women will sit here and tell me like, oh yeah, it's about time we have a song like that. And I'm like, but how do you expect men, because really it's men, right, who is the other, I'm not going to say society, because women, you're mostly like 99% of women love that song, right? But I'm saying, how do you expect men to respect you guys if you guys don't respect yourselves? Like, once again, I'm saying an artist could make it out there being, dressed up nice and elegant because it's done in Spanish culture.
They can't.
It's done in Spanish culture.
They can't.
By their voice, by their talent. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be by your sex appeal.
But
and
that's
especially,
what it is.
and nowadays it's getting worse.
It's not just like the female artists who are like portraying this. It's the male artists also. It's the kind of music that society is currently following.
The male artists can easily male artists are making it. Male artists make it more if they dog on women. Do you notice that?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Do you notice
men
that?
Too. Yes.
The men make it further. Like they could make a hit track. When they're dogging on
they're
her.
just trashing some girl. I hate it. And it's bullshit because like halfway through the song I'll be like, oh my god, I hate this song, and I'll change it.
And then you'll like it.
But the first half of it I'm singing along because
it got a good beat.
And it's on the radio over and
and
over
he's talking
and over
shit
again.
And they love it. But then a woman, right, you guys just rely on sex appeal and you don't want to admit that. It's like you guys are conflicted. Like you believe in this whole like, oh, women are strong. We can do anything that a man can do. We can do whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then at the end of the day, when you're put to the test, you rely on what? Sex appeal.
But that's not fair. That's not fair because.
But that is fair because that's what Cardi B's doing.
Culture.
But that's
and that's not
what is
every
society's
woman.
culture.
That's not
that's
every
pop
woman,
culture.
Like the CEO of like a Fortune 500 company,
okay,
she's not singing WAP like an idiot in front of her colleagues.
She is. Oh yeah, not in her colleagues. She's doing that. She's doing that. She is not even doing it at home. She's going to her private bathroom right before a meeting, and she's getting hyped to go take it in the boardroom. But I'm like, but why is that the message to convey? It's like, why not have a strong, powerful like ballad from Adele or something like that?
Because look
like,
at our
me.
society. Like, look at what we glorify. Like, you never see things in the news about like the like children out here that are just like super geniuses. We have some.
You got one of those feel-good articles or something like that. But I get what you're saying. People are not.
It doesn't pull attention. So
but
our society
what I'm saying
has
is,
let it fall to the side.
No,
our morals are.
What I'm saying is, but men are continuous with their morals. Like a track, like a Drake track, dogging a woman out will trend. Well, not Drake, because Drake has to be a ladies' boy, right? But that Chris Brown, right? These hoes ain't loyal, right? That shit, yo. You put that shit on, I'm like, every single time, right? And like Chris Brown is, and he's a bad example too because he beat up Rihanna. But regardless of that, like his lyrics are consistent to who he is. He's congruent with his personality, right? So here's the artist. Here's who he is. He's just singing about what men want, and men relate. But then women, like Beyonce, will say some shit. She'll go on a whole soapbox, right? And tell all these young girls, oh, no. And then turn around and do exactly what she said no to. Like, oh, you don't need to be on your body, you blah, blah, blah. All these girls, like, don't worry about body shaming. Like, lying to these girls. Because that's all she's doing. She's not lying to society. We know how she makes her billions. She's lying to women. And you guys are buying it. And I don't get that. Like, I don't get that. Because I see a male artist, like I'm saying, they're staying consistent. They're congruent. They're like, look, I dog out women, I love them, I treat them like this, and I make millions from it. And that's... But then, once again, you got female artists who say one thing and they do another.
But it's not...
It's conflicting.
I don't know. I don't really have, like, an argument for you, but...
Hey, the boss! Welcome to the show! Thank you for tuning in.
I don't really have, like, an argument for you, but...
Weird when I look up there. Because I'm blind as a bat. And then look, today...
And you're combating the ring light, too.
Yeah. Like, oh, my eyes! As I get closer, it's like to the sun. Hold on, let me put it on. I gotta read the comments. It's like, it's bad when it's the regular iPad, but now we're using the iPad mini, so it's even smaller. And it's not popping up over here no more. So you can't even read it.
Oh, that's true. On my iPad, it pops up mad big.
Yeah, I think that's a setting. I think we might have just turned that off.
Just stopped everything. Delete.
Delete.
Yeah, so I don't really have an argument for you, but I feel like as somebody who's in the limelight, like Beyonce, right? And like she's making the music she makes, whatever. If she decides to reach out to women and say, hey, you really don't have to do this, like...
She's doing it. And that's what she's selling. And that's the thing. That's the lie.
But why would you feel like that's a lie if she's like being genuine?
Let me ask you
and
this.
just saying,
Let me
like,
ask you
hey,
this.
like,
Let me ask you this. Does that go to what women nature are? Like, as women really indecisive? Fellas, are women indecisive? Like, a woman wants a man to make her happy, but I feel like women don't even know what makes them happy.
Women can be indecisive, but so can men.
So could that be like that? Is that why it's so polarizing with pop culture, that women can be indecisive? Like, is that a level of like 100 when it gets to that high?
I don't think being indecisive is specifically because it's the woman's nature. I think being indecisive comes from the society that we're in right now, where we are staring at our phones, or we're expecting 30-second gratification. We don't want to watch like a 5-minute whatever. Everybody's indecisive. Nobody knows what they want. They just know they want it now.
I think men are still, men know what they want.
I don't think
men know what they want at 8. Well, what a man wants at 18 is the same thing he wants when he's 80. Yet he gets shamed along the way. That's it. Like, men always gonna want, younger woman who's attractive, who tends to be feminine. Like, they're gonna be like, whoa, hey. They're gonna want that. Not that they're gonna pursue it, but their attention is there. Like, I don't really know what women want. That's why
that's like a personal issue.
That's not a personal issue. Women don't know what they want either. Because it's
mean,
conflicting. I'm telling you, it's literally conflicting when you're like, hey, I'm Beyonce. I know that there's been bullying, and this is my Beyonce voice. But hey, I know there's been bullying in schools, and I just want you to understand that just love yourself for who you are. It's okay. It's your body. Just love it for what it is. And then she's out there shaking it and shit.
But she loves
everywhere.
Her body.
Yeah, because she works hard on her body.
Okay,
why can't she
why
say?
Can't she
but what's wrong? What's wrong with being honest?
It.
But what's wrong with being honest and saying, hey, one, it's not healthy being fat, and two, work out. Like, I know I'm haunted.
Missing the conversation. You're missing the conversation. The message that she's portraying, if she's like, hey, love yourself, yada yada, you need to love yourself. And that's a very positive message.
Yes, but she loves herself a little bit more because she does have sex appeal.
But for these girls who are like, oh my God, Beyonce's amazing, I want to be her, yada yada, like, it feels really good to get that positive affirmation from somebody who you look up to.
As much as I'm going to hate admitting this, I think the only artist who's really, like, aren't congruent with what I'm saying right now is Rizzo. Like, she's a big girl, and she's owning up to that. Like, she's the only one who should say no body shaming or anything like that. Like, Beyonce or J-Lo, they shouldn't say that because they are body shamed by society standards. Like, she's literally working hard to not to fall out of society standards. Lizzo's the only one who's accepting it.
What's wrong with that?
Then say that. That's what my whole thing is. If you're not gonna stand by it, don't be a hypocrite.
So like if you work out, you can't tell people love yourself?
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
If you're embracing sex appeal, then tell people, look, society standards, you gotta fall on them. You can love yourself, but if you can love yourself all day, but you're not gonna be accepted by society standards. I worked hard for this. And you could even put a positive spin. Say, I worked hard for this, you can work hard for it too. Like, why don't we promote that? If that's what society wants. Because society says, oh, we want strong and empowered women in the office, but then you're selling, what are you selling? What are you selling? What was the number hit song? Go ahead, say it again. How you did it?
I can't do it on demand. This guy just
Oh, the boss says he wants cooking, cleaning, and TLC. He's like, sorry, then just keeping it real. See, but that's what I'm saying. Guys know what they want. Like, we're just like simple. We want this. And I know he's joking around, but what he's more like he's in line with is, he wants that feminine side of women that we're always attracted to. Like, no man's gonna say no, I don't want that.
But like, I don't understand like how you always feel. I feel like every time we have this conversation, you're all like, oh my God, women XYZ. But like, it's difficult to be in a society where women have felt that they needed to step up because the men in their lives have failed them.
I get that.
Like no 7-year-old is running around here saying, "Oh, I want to, do it all on my own."
I get that.
No, when you're 7 years old, you're like, "Oh my God, what am I going to get married wearing?"
Circumstantial, that's like circumstantial trauma.
Right.
But to promote like, hey, you don't need this. Like once again, what I'm saying is there's still consistency with what men want. Like men, we want. I don't know if it's even realistic anymore because the more women change, I don't even know if we can say, hey, I just want a woman who's feminine. Like it's hard to say that because me, like you just get burnt with me saying that because
That's
you're
not
trained to not like that word, feminine. Like I feel like the whole narrative for women to be equal to men is to be like men, to be masculine.
But it wasn't. I don't think it was ever about being equal to men. I feel as though it was always like, hey, like this is what I want in life, and if the man in my life isn't gonna get this for me, I'm gonna get this for me. It was not. For me, but it's never been about competition.
What happens?
It's like,
right,
hey,
so
like
if you,
this
all right,
is what
so
I want.
let's say,
You're not gonna get me there. I'm gonna get there.
Let's say you want this, right? Whatever this a goal. I know what you're saying. It's like a goal, right? What happens if you get here and it's okay with a man? You have somebody, you have potential, you have a future, but you're still chasing after this. Like at some point, would this not be okay? Like you have family, you have somebody here, you have somebody to grow old with, like you have. You know, you're building your castle. You have your castle, but you're still chasing after whatever this may be.
Well, some people
because I lived that, and this all went away because they were still chasing after that.
Right, and some people do
because they were fed that narrative.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that it's fair for you to take like your personal situation and apply it to like all men and women.
But it's in general. And correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's just me. But like I'm telling you, like I'm great with math and I love doing statistics and I love looking at all that. I love looking at probability because I'm a problem solver. So that's how my brain works. So I'm more, when it comes to that, I'm more logical. It's like ones and zeros. And when I see the things that are going on, like I see it on TikTok, I see it on YouTube, I see it everywhere. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I don't understand why men can be congruent with what they want and project themselves and say, this is what I want. And you know what? A lot of men do tiptoe around that because of society. But then those are the ones that end up getting labeled a creep, right? Like, oh, that guy was a creep. Because at some point, sometime, he showed what he wanted. He had a moment of weakness. He was his true self. And then they realized, wait a minute. That's not who you were. So to me, women, that should happen to women. Like, women should be treated like creeps when they're not congruent with who they are. Like, oh, you're a creep. You're a weirdo. What the hell? Like, why are you dating this guy? You don't want that.
But I don't understand. Like, in what sense do you mean, like, women are, not doing, like just now, you were like, oh, women should be labeled as creeps. For doing what?
Well, you know what a man would. All right. You do know, like, all right, you have male friends.
I do.
You gonna tell me your male friends don't want to get with you?
I don't think they do, no.
They all want to get with you. You know this. They all want to get with you. That's why they're your male friend.
Over the years, yes, I noticed.
That's your male friend.
Yes.
Okay, so now, they're not being congruent with themselves. Okay? So, because their true desire is they want you. Like, they see you as a potential mate. They want to be with you. And they're not being congruent with themselves. So they're hiding themselves by putting themselves in this friend zone, right? And the reality is, if they had a chance, like if they misread a moment and they thought, oh my God, I could kiss her, right? Then all of a sudden you would look at it, and they go for it. You would look at them like, you're being a creep.
What the fuck are you doing?
right. So, like, I think in that example, a woman being a creep would be like a woman who acts like she has a boyfriend or whatever, right? And she wants to be with him, and then she's over here, DMing somebody else, right? So her natural instinct is that she wants to be out there, like she doesn't want to be tied down. So why not? Like to me, like society should. You're a creep. Like, what are you doing? Like you see how like men are treated when they're not falling into when they're not being congruent, right? And they step out of line, you're like, oh, you're a creep, right? Like, why isn't that the same way? That's why I don't understand.
But I think it is the same way. Like, a woman who's like DMing and like giving attention, like putting her attention elsewhere other than in the relationship she's in, like she's doing something wrong.
Who's gonna call her out on that?
Her man, when he finds out. Like
when he finds out, oh my goodness.
Like I don't think there's like, you know, no one's turning a blind eye.
You got a fan,
like,
by the way. You got a fan, by the way. So all your comments are getting like easy points. Everything you say got 10 points. They're saying you're hot, by the way. The internet loves you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm covered up like a Russian. I'm freaking.
So you get extra points.
On.
You get extra points. But he does, but then he does come back and he says snakes in the grass, men and women can't be friends, which is what I was saying earlier. Like, you know, when men and women are friends, and they're like, oh, we're friends, it's because the man's not being true to himself. He's not being true to himself. He's scared.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's scared. He's scared,
and
and he'd rather be in the friend zone, hoping that there will be an opportunity for him to meet you at one point. At some point. That's what he is.
I don't see that. I don't believe that.
Because
all right, so for me growing up, like, it was easier for me to hang out with the guys. So I had a lot of guy friends.
I'm just gonna look at that.
Like,
that's a red flag.
No, like, seriously, like, in middle school, especially because I moved around to so many school districts, like, the girls were so, like, clingy to each other and just so, like, ew, I didn't want to deal with that energy, so I was just more comfortable having guy friends.
If given a chance, men will take that opportunity. That's what they're saying. I'm reading the comments. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, all I'm saying is a true woman who believes in herself, who says, I'm empowered, I'm powerful, I'm equal to a man, I could do better than a man, all that bullshit, then be congruent to yourself. Whatever you desire, keep that message all the way. Don't be a hypocrite. So, going back to the artists who
specific here.
Going back to the artists who act like they don't need their body or that sex doesn't matter when they're making billions off of sex, that's not congruent. And to me, I don't see that as a strong person. I don't. Like, I see a strong person as somebody who's like, yo, this is my message, and no matter what, my message can continue being this. For example, Joe Rogan. You know Joe Rogan?
Kind of. He does, like, the podcast.
He's like the #1 podcast. He was on YouTube. He switched over to Spotify. Switching over to Spotify, the last couple of years, he's been questioning a lot of things like COVID. He's been questioning, Trump. Like, he's being kind of like the voice of common sense. And now they're going after him. And he's been like that on YouTube. And he was like that with Spotify. And he's like, look, I'm not going to stop. Even though I'm here, I'm going to keep being me. And he's being threatened. Like, he's threatened, like, their cancel culture is going heavily on him. But he's being congruent. Right? So I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, you're simply not going to understand it because every time you give me an example right now, you talk about one specific person and you're like, oh, like Jeff Rogan, oh, how, he's being consistent and, like, just being him and talk about what he wants to talk about. Okay, but you're not talking about men in general. When you speak about women, you speak about women in general instead of, like, oh, like this woman, how she does.
Well, men in general, I do believe men in general, which, fellas, if you are congruent, you will be more attractive. Like, women will like that. Like, the guy who's, like, has the I don't give a fuck attitude, who is congruent with himself, women like that. Women gravitate to him.
But it's not
so
just
in society,
because,
it's
because
very
he's like,
prevalent.
oh, I don't give a fuck. It's because he's confident in who he is.
Right, because he's this is who I am, and I'm going to be consistent.
Yeah,
right.
So he could be.
So you're going back to why fellas get friend
Good
zoned.
guy.
Fellas get friend zoned because they aren't congruent. Whereas women, they're all over the place. They don't know what they want. And men see that and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna play with you now. I'm just gonna play with you.
No,
and I don't understand
how
you expect
women. We go through like different
Dave
stages
Chappelle.
in our lives. Like every 10 years a woman's like a different person, and it's not about not knowing what you want. It's about enjoying fucking life. When I'm this age, I like this. When I'm that age, I like that. Who the hell cares?
But I feel like
I think women just have the confidence to do whatever the fuck they want.
But I think when you go back to that whole, it's about enjoying life. We do compete
with each other though.
I do feel like a lot of women are jacking themselves up like later on in life because they're chasing after something they were lied to. So when they get older, right? When they get older, once again, going back to the story of, here you're going for the shiny thing and you had a family, you have a castle, you have everything here. I feel like a lot of women are doing that. They're jacking themselves up for this which is not pursuable, and they could have had this. And they could have grown old with somebody. They could have family. They could have, they could have just stability.
Yeah.
Their castle that they could have lived out the rest of their lives. Because no matter how much you want to deny it, you are going to get old, right? Looks fade, and we're all going to die. So do you want to die alone, or do you want to die with somebody? Like, I don't understand why in society you can't be humble anymore and then choose this, You done? All right, go. Go watch your show. Love you, bud.
I know the way you portray it, to me it sounds more like settling than.
And that's the big buzzword right there. Like I would, it's like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Absolutely.
Like what you think is like you think it's bad, whereas most guys would settle.
No, that's not what I'm saying, because a lot of women do fuck up good situations.
Because they are the guys that, oh my God, I'm settling.
But when I say settling, I mean like. There has to be a connection to want to spend the rest of your life with somebody. So it can't just be, it's a good situation.
Is it? Or are you just...
If we're not on the same mental field, or if, like, you're just, like, if I'm moving, if I'm maturing, and I'm taking the wisdom and, like, the lessons I'm learning and I'm becoming somebody different, and you're staying right where you were, you're not maturing, like, that's an issue too.
I think the reason why you see that is because society has told us that we have to date within our age. And if you were to date somebody older, like, you would want the person to stay where they are because they're older. And you would be the one growing because they're older. They have life lessons to give you that wisdom and bring you higher. It's a reason why women are naturally drawn to older men. Because there is something there. It's like, hey, he has wisdom. Because
men mature at a later age.
Well, you can say that too. Yes. But however women want to, whatever womenese they want to use, go ahead and use it. But you can't deny.
Womenese.
You can't deny.
Yeah, put that shit on a t-shirt.
You can't deny that women are attracted to older men. It's society who says, no, don't do that.
Right.
You're being a predator. Right? But as you like you just said, you want to go somewhere. You want to feel like you're growing in the relationship. But then like you're like, oh, but he can't stay like static. But what if that makes him happy?
So then he's not the one.
And not to mention, what if he's The Rock? Like, see, like women,
D-Rock?
like women. No. What if he's The Rock of the foundation? Like you don't understand. Like The Rock shouldn't move, right? He's everything else can come and go, but you still need the foundation, right? So what if he's that? And that, like, you don't understand, like, him being the foundation is what helped you grow. Yet now that you've all grown, you're like, why haven't you done anything? It's like, because I've been your support the whole time. Like,
that's deep. That's deep. No, but you know what?
See, but this is how the women don't see this shit, man.
But no, you have to look at a specific, couple.
He is right, though. Stagnation will ruin things. Like, if you're just doing the same thing over and over... It's like, it's with everything though. It's with everything. It's with a job. It's with life. It's just the same thing. It's like you've been doing the same thing for 5 years. Like you've been banging it, bang, bang, bang. It's time to get out of the relationship. Go do something else.
Like I speak from a place of like hearing a lot of failed relationships, and a place of like I've been in a lot of failed relationships, and. There's just a certain connection that you need. And, like, all the relationships I've been in, I've only experienced it twice.
As far as what connection?
Just like a deeper understanding.
So you remember, see, she didn't say love. Love was never mentioned. Let me just put that out there. Because it's not about love. Because you can love the person, but you can also love them from a distance.
Right.
There's people there's people I love in my life. Just keep them over there. just I don't really need to see them like that. and I love them dearly, right? So it's not love. So go ahead. I want to clarify that it's not love because you didn't say love.
No, it's just like a deeper connection where it's almost like the person gets you, and like you don't have to live your entire life explaining yourself.
But you don't get yourself.
Love how I just said that. That shit was perfect.
But once again,
you can put that shit on the mug.
Once again, women don't get themselves.
But no, there's just like these like subtle things that are just you. It's like part of your character, and like when you meet somebody who like there is like a natural connection with, it's easy.
Do you feel like you could be in a relationship with somebody you don't respect?
I've been in relationships with with men I don't respect.
And you try making it work?
Yes.
Why? Because of the guise of love?
No, just because of the possibility of a future, what could be.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't, well, end of the story, it didn't work out.
Right.
You didn't respect them.
Right.
Because I think for men, more importantly, like, I get it. We've been sold, the Cinderella story of love and happy ever after, all that shit, right? But I think for men, ultimately in the end, what they really need is a woman that respects them, right? A woman that wants to be submissive to them. And I'm not saying, once again, they're like, oh, but somebody has to lead the relationship, right?
Yes.
So the man has to be worthy of leading the relationship for the woman to submit.
Right.
Right? I think, and that comes all in, in respect. Like, if a woman respects her man, I think she'll be less likely to cheat. I think she'll be more willing to put up with his shit because, he's
I've definitely
respectable
seen that
man.
too. I have a girlfriend who, like, when every time she speaks about her husband, she always like, you always like have like that tone of respect. Like there's love and there's connection there, but she always like she just speaks highly of her man. And that's part of respect. Like, in her eyes, like, he's a respectable man. He's doing his part as a man.
Yeah. Good on him. Good on him.
And they've been together since high school.
See?
They got 2 kids.
That's the formula. See, that's the formula. Because most relationships that I feel like do fail within like the first 5 years are the ones where they're trying to do this. We're equal.
Yeah.
And that shit, it doesn't... you're going against instinct, And a woman, like I said, a woman can't... I don't know. A woman can't submit to something that they feel they're equal to. Right? Because then at some point they're going to want to take charge.
Right.
That's how women are. That's why you guys are always fighting. Because you're always fighting because you don't want to be equal to the next bitch, right? So that's why you're always competing, right? So it's the same thing you guys do with women nature, women against women. You guys are always trying to compete. That's how it would be.
I see that shit all the time. It's so funny.
Right. That's how it would be in a relationship where you're taught and believed that you're equal to a man. Because then at some point you're just going, I'm going to take over.
Yeah, like, I don't ever think it's about being equal. I think it's about finding the right balance.
No, I see that all the time. I see it all the time, and I see they're just two miserable people. And they're in it, and you
who, like, both competing to, like...
No, they're at some point, they believed that they were equal. The woman silently took over, because that's what happens. And then all she... No, but let me tell you where it goes. It goes to the point where the man has no soul. He can't make a decision without consulting his wife. Right? He is, like, pretty much scared of her at that point. And she's constantly belittling him. Like, she's belittling him in front of friends, family, people. Yeah. Like, we'll be sitting at dinner, and she's just talking bad about him.
Oh, you can't do that.
She's just programmed to do that.
You can't do that.
And that's how they are. They're, like, stuck in this box. I don't know what makes them happy. Like, I don't see that as a happy marriage. I don't really see it as healthy either.
Wow.
Because the man's scared. The man can't be truly himself, and she can't truly be herself. Whereas if it would have came in where just a little bit on the man's favor, like, hey, and then she respected that, and she was willing to submit, I think everybody would be more happier. If it's the other way around, where he's in charge and she's...
Well, if she feels that she's in charge, then she feels that she's better than him.
Yes.
And that's where the belittling is coming from.
Yes.
Because she's just like...
Not even that, but she's
just like annoyed. Why am I having to like explain this shit to you? I'm not your mom.
The belittling comes from the fact that the instinct is she does want to be led. Like, she does want a man. And she's waiting for him to step up to be a man.
But she realizes that this is not the one.
No, like, she's waiting for him to be a man, but he can't be the man because he once again, he's scared. He's scared, and he's like, I gotta check on my wife on everything. If I fart right now, I gotta check on her to make sure I can fart right now. Even if I'm using a farting corner. I gotta check with her.
Not in the farting corner.
The farting,
A farty.
Shit, we got more. I would have to get closer on this.
Oh, man. It's like a little dunce cap in the corner. As long as you put your cap on, you can fart freely. family, okay?
The boss said it. Man got his balls in his wife's purse.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No, it's not. And then, like, you know,
You see,
man
I
has
don't
to be a
like
man.
seeing that either. But,
But you know, you see that more than like, look around. That's more common than what you said, where she respects him and they've been together since high school.
Yeah.
How many of those do you see? Like, can count how many of those you see, and then count how many of the other one I just gave you that you see.
Right.
Like, that's more. This is reality. Like, I see more of this than I do of that. Like, the lasting marriages are dying out.
Are.
They're a dinosaur.
They are.
They're a dinosaur. And divorce rate is going up. And, you know, they say the divorce rate is going up because people who get married people who get divorced get remarried and then they get divorced again. Mm-hmm. So the rate keeps going up because it's multiple marriages. But I still do, I do see that.
That's what they say? That's why the rates are going up?
They put that down there, like, oh, we got to factor in multiple divorces.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my foreplay. Like, what?
But as you just look around, you see more of this, right? You see more men not being men. They're more like, just dogs being led around by their wives. And you see less of this. This is back like, this society would be like, oh, that's messed up. Why are they not equals?
Not even. Not even. There's just expectations, Like,
no, I think like society
you pull your weight, I'll pull mine.
It's not even about pulling weight.
It's
just being...
it is. Like, he was like, he wants cooking, cleaning, and TLC. Okay, I don't want to work. The hours that you're working, I'll do the cooking and the cleaning.
Yeah, but you say that, but then eventually what my man said also was, it's going to get stagnant. So you're going to get tired of cooking and cleaning.
You know what? I feel like this takes me back to one of the books I'm reading, where it's like teaching me how to enjoy the monotony of life. Mm-hmm. Enjoy, wiping your shit down, and, enjoy, cooking a meal, creating something, feeding your family. I gotta
enjoy wiping my shit down. I know I'll stink all day.
I mean, the shit you own, okay? Not the shit inside of you, the shit you own.
I wasn't sure what you were saying. You were like, wipe it and shit. I was like, damn. Should I just take a shower? I don't know where you were going with that.
Wipe the things you own,
clean.
Around your TV,
oh, you mean clean. Oh, okay.
Vacuum and just enjoy, the monotony of it. And I'm learning to appreciate that. And I think a lot of people don't have a deeper understanding of life. They're kind of just pushing through, rolling with I have to work. Oh, I have to pay this bill.
They're going through the narratives that we're told.
Yeah.
It's like people go to college because they're told they have to go to college.
Right.
When you analyze college right now is the worst thing you could do right now. The expense, how expensive it is, and what you get out of it, like the pros and cons, the pros are here, the cons are over here.
Yeah.
Like, college is a big no-no. I would tell anybody, why would you want to do that? The logic of college doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you can easily, you're more beneficial at this point taking an internship at a company and working your way up in that company and then rolling out somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And then having the company pay for your, a degree, an online degree or something like that. Later, when you're there, but, to go to college right now at 20, that don't make no sense.
You just took that a completely different direction.
Because I'm just analyzing to me. That's how my brain works. It's like, okay. The logic's not there, but I see it and I'm like, yo, this doesn't make no sense. I'll start screaming and people are like, what's wrong with this weirdo? Because everybody's been programmed that way.
Yeah, don't be screaming. That's weird.
Yeah, well, that too. I gotta, have my indoor.
You gotta control the Puerto Rican, okay?
Yeah, I gotta have my indoor voice sometimes. No, but it's I tell people yo, this doesn't make no sense. Why are you doing it? And they're like, that logic does not compute.
No, because they're not thinking about it. They're just
program.
I got to. Why do you got to? Why?
It's how society programs. Mm-hmm. It's and that's what I'm getting at. Is society slowly is creeping into women's head that they should not be a housewife, that they should not be a mother, they should not be a housewife.
That's bullshit. I just want to be at home with my babies.
And so when she finally gets a place of peace where, like you said, okay, I'm at home, all I gotta do is this. He works. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to deal with any stress of the bills, right? Mm-hmm. He works. But then the lie starts creeping in. No, I should be doing something. I should not be doing this. I'm a woman. I can do the same thing he's doing. I should have a career.
I've never seen somebody at home with their babies who's like, oh no, I want to go back to work.
You've never seen that.
I haven't seen that. I have not personally experienced that.
Then why do a lot of women do that? Like
I
once
don't
the
know.
kids are
That-
back
this
in
is
school,
like a myth.
they
This
go
is
to
like a
work.
myth that the internet tells you. I don't know. I mean, I could see people going back to work because they want like spending money that they don't have to like feel like, oh, I have to ask for this because it's his money kind of thing. But in which case, why is he treating her that way? Why doesn't she feel comfortable spending the household money if she's taking care of the house?
Well, I think they do. I think they have like a shared account or something like that, right? She should have access to that, right?
Yeah.
If she's trustworthy.
Right, but how is he, but how is the
Does she have
relationship
a
going?
shopping
you know?
addiction?
Does she feel like, oh, she's only allowed to buy like 2 rolls of toilet paper a week, or you know, like,
is she good at handling money?
oh, I don't know.
Now we're going into deep.
Yeah, I guess there is a
We're
lot
gonna
of
have to analyze things.
a lot of variables here.
Taking a left turn though, back to my man's comment. He said trade school too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't promote the trades.
Nope.
In high school, and there's a lot of things.
It's like frowned upon.
automotive.
The trades are frowned upon.
It is, and it's frowned upon in dating too. Like if
Yeah.
you're a blue collar worker, like women will not talk to you. You got to tell them you're something else.
You're
so
dirty.
like yeah, like if you're a plumber and you're making 6 figures. Don't say you're a plumber. Say you're like an engineer. You're an interior engineer. You're aquatic.
That's
You're an aquatic.
horrible.
You're an aquatic engineer.
That's horrible. I didn't even know like.
But he
this
makes
is a
six.
thing,
But
you're right.
he makes 6 figures. But he's a plumber, and you're gonna look at him down. You're gonna look down at him because he's a plumber. Like he could buy you a house. Like he give you your dream home, the dream life, everything. Like look, you're not a superstar. Like I hate to tell you, you're just a person. You're a half ape flying on a rock in outer space. Let's get this. Let's get this. You know. Let's figure shit for real. Like you're a derivative of a monkey on a rock flying in space by a big fireball. Let's be realistic.
Like I'll be honest. I think like I don't feel I personally have those kind of prejudices. But it does come out. You think about it. It's just like, oh.
I like how she covered her ass. She's like, I don't feel like I have those prejudices.
You know what? I wish I could phone a friend right now. A male friend, okay?
Oh, an ally? You want to call in an ally?
He would tell you guys I'm not like that.
See, but that's an NYC, and that's a big myth too.
What's that?
Because they say like, oh, you can't compete with one income, and I'm like, that's a lie. That all goes by what you want, what you desire. If you live below your means, you can live off of anything. So like, if you were truly lovey-dovey and all this shit, then you guys could live out in a van. If she's really into you, right?
Yeah, people do that.
People do that. People live in a van. You could buy a mobile home and live off of one income.
Yeah.
And be happy. It's what you're chasing after.
It is. It absolutely
So what you're chasing
is.
after.
It's
like you live in the city.
and you also have to allow
I get,
yourself to like pursue other things. Like you don't have to stay where you are.
Right.
So what if you were born and raised here? So what?
Right. Move. Start a new life somewhere.
Yes.
Have your kids be born and raised somewhere.
Yes.
Right. So that like I get and right now you're paying for the amenities of New York City. Like you live in New York City, so you're paying for the fact that everything's open till late at night.
Yeah.
You're living to the fact that there's so much entertainment. There's so much restaurants you can eat with. Like that's what you're paying for. Like if you truly find your soulmate, right, and you truly are in love, and you take the next step and you get married, you could live off of one income. You just got to figure out how you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And what you're giving up for that. So you move to a different town.
Yeah, like one of the things that allowed me to retire at such an early age is that I looked at my life and I was like, why am I wasting money on like certain expenses?
And I bet you your biggest cost was childcare.
Well, yes.
And that's
yes,
that's the thing I don't understand.
Holy
That's the thing I don't understand. It's like, and that's another thing. Like women are like, oh, I'm gonna go back to work, and then they go, and whatever the circumstances may be, if it's legit, like you guys are tight on money and you really need to go back. But once again, cut back your costs.
Yeah.
Change your life around.
Yeah.
Like,
I went from a 7-seater SUV to a little hatchback.
Yeah,
and
look,
I loved my
all you said was you wanted a white picket fence. Does it matter what's in there?
Yes.
Like, why are you trying to have a McMansion?
It doesn't have to be a McMansion.
Have a mobile home. Like, yo, it's a roof over your head.
I
Is
just
it
don't
not?
want anything run down. Right? It can be tiny.
So
but
a brand new mobile home.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a brand new mobile home.
You could do that for about $140.
It's a hell of a lot less than like.
You could do that for $140K over 30 years.
Than
you
like
live
an
off of one
apartment in
income.
the city. Jeez.
4 years in the military. That's what I did. That was the route I took. That's why I don't understand college. I really don't. After that, Uncle Sam and my job paid for it, so I don't understand college. Look, we're keeping 2 lines. We're keeping 2 conversations going. We're multitasking.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. She's moving out of New York, into a house down in North Carolina.
Okay.
She's moving in like 6 weeks. Actually.
I would really like to interview, like, just one of your friends who, like you said, has been in a really long relationship. And then, like, just the 2 of you, we have a discussion, talk about it, and then somebody you know who's in and out of relationships, and then let's talk about that too.
I think that's me. I think I
didn't want to say that. And then, like we have the conversations, because I really do feel like she's gonna be like, yeah, you know what, all that stuff is bullshit about being this and that. Like, he makes me feel a certain way, and that's all I need. Like, I think that's...
We
like,
can have a ladies' night. I know a few ladies that can
then
come
let's
over.
have it. Let's talk. Let's have a show.
I got a girlfriend who...
let's bring them on, because I feel like...
hasn't dated in a couple years. Like, she's like...
by herself.
Yeah, she's like...
Because that's what I'm doing too.
She's
like,
embracing being
I'm
single.
embracing being single, because I've been back-to-back long-term relationships. So everybody's like, what's your deal right now? Are you, like, asexual? And I'm like, I kind of am, because I'm just focusing on myself.
Yeah.
Which we could bring us back... we could bring it... tie it into what you want to do for Valentine's Day. Since we're talking about love and all this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about...
So I want to do this exercise. I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah. Oh, wait. So I have another girlfriend who is married, but she's, like, holding on by her teeth. Like, she's just, like...
So she's struggling in the marriage.
She's like, I don't know if this is really my forever.
Okay. Because I would like to do that. I would like to have different
aspects.
Different aspects, yeah. Right. Because I feel like the male mind...
We're going back to an advice show. A dating advice show.
Because no, it's not. I don't want to do that. I feel like...
No, just like a segment.
No, but it'll be interesting, because I feel like as the more I see what men know what they want. It's like women don't know what they want. And this whole thing, like, if
I
you
think
want society...
what men want is more, like, definable and tangible. Whereas, like, what women want, we know what we want, but it's more of a feeling. It's more of a something inanimate that we're looking for, a connection, a certain spark.
But that doesn't hold forever.
Because you're not...
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I want to talk to...
Because the spark you're talking about is superficial.
But that's why I want to talk to the person
It's not that deeper bond that you're just like,
and that's
cool.
where we would get to that. People would be like, okay, so the spark is what got you there, like, year 1, 2, 3, right? What happens when that spark dies out? What kept you guys, like, 20 years later?
It's another kind of connection.
It's like, no, we built this, and, like, I respect it in the sense that we built this. I don't know. I'm curious to see.
I don't know if that's what's going to come out.
No, I'm just curious. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to have the show. Like...
So for Valentine's Day, I want to do kind of like a reflective, like, healing exercise where we, like, write love letters for Valentine's Day, you know, and, like...
Are we going to read the letters?
It's up to us. Like, once we write it, we'll decide, like, oh my god, am I sharing this? Am I not?
Send it out.
So what I want to do is, like, we'll write it, like, say, like, I know I want to write one to each of my children. And,
damn, we got to write that many letters? I thought we were just writing one.
No, it's like, there's 14 days from February 1st.
You're going to write 14 letters?
14 freaking letters.
I'm not writing 14 letters.
So
I'm writing one.
Listen, so you wake up, right? Say you do them in the morning, right? You wake up, you write for 10 minutes. You set a timer, write for 10 minutes. That's it. It doesn't have to be like, oh my god, 8 pages long. Just like a quick, like, reflective exercise.
I'm going to have a 14-page novella? It's going to turn into a script?
You may. You know, I don't know what kind of, like, emotions that's going to, like, pull up.
Is this going to be a Hallmark movie?
It could. Oh, but then, so after we write the letter, we just go live real quick, like a little YouTube short, and just say, hey, I wrote the letter to, you know...
I'm writing one letter.
XYZ, and this is why, and this is kind of like what...
But it's supposed... All right,
like
so
my reflection.
You got it. So the point of it is for us to tap into our feels and express our love. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay. That's the assignment. So it could be any... You're writing 14 letters. I'm only writing one.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, the audience wants to send me a letter. They didn't say you.
See?
They said Ray. Go ahead.
Get a letter.
Send me a love letter. Send it. Oh, we need a P.O. box.
We do.
DM me a love letter. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not getting a P.O. box in time. She told me like months ago, when are you gonna get that P.O. box? I'm like, I don't know. We get more fans.
I did. You see?
We get more fans.
I didn't even remember that.
So my man said, I'm single because women from the West got mad expensive taste. He put that too. Mad expensive taste. Now he lives in NYC. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you talk on that one. Women have an expensive taste.
Women do have expensive taste. I can't even say anything about that. I have expensive taste. But I also know that if I want to continue on my retirement, my expensive taste has to be put to the side. It's just not a priority.
See, but that's because that responsibility is on you. So now what happens when, the natural order things, like he's dating her, they get the next relationship, and yet she still has that expensive taste?
Then the communication has to be there. Because you have to be able to tell her, like, hey, we can't swing this.
Yeah, but wouldn't she just be like, well, then I'm going to go for the next guy who can fulfill my expensive taste?
And that'll be a personal choice.
I think that's what society is.
If she's that superficial that she's going to roll out and find somebody who's going to give her more expensive things, then you're better off without her.
But I feel like this goes back to what society is applauding. I feel like a society would applaud her for finding the guy who fulfills that expensive taste, as opposed to her giving up that expensive taste for a decent man.
But if she loved him,
you can't just use love. We just determined that love is not something that holds relationships together.
No, but listen, if she was like into this,
that's like the cop out. Love.
Because if she was into this dude, those expensive things wouldn't matter.
Like 5 minutes ago, we were talking about respect. We were talking about everything else. Growth. You were talking about everything else. Now you want to bring love into the argument.
Because you're asking. You asked a question that, like, that's, like, the envelope. That kind of...
All I could say is, if she's not willing to... if she's not willing to let go of that expensive taste, then she's just proving to herself and everybody else that she loves herself more than you. At that point, I would dip. That's me personally. I'd be like, you got an expensive taste. You're high maintenance. I can't take care of you.
Basically.
Because she's telling me, clear as day, that she's selfish. Mm-hmm. So why would you want to be with somebody who's selfish?
There's nothing wrong with what you just said.
Okay. All right. But that's why my man, he's like, he doesn't date, because women are like that.
You haven't found the right one. That's all it is.
I hate that saying too.
You know why? Because you haven't found the right one. No,
because you're not putting logic. Like, how much effort does he have to put to find the right one?
He doesn't have to look
with
for her.
With a million of women.
He doesn't have to look for her. Like, if he focuses on him, life will put somebody in his path.
That's still not the right one.
That's not true.
So you're telling me that he just needs to afford high maintenance.
Divorce is very high. Divorce is very high because people jump into relationships and they're like, oh my God, I want to get married. Fuck that shit. Date for a while. See who they truly are. See if you truly have that forever connection. If you don't, then you leave. And there's nothing wrong with that. People are so afraid of change. There's nothing wrong with breaking up with somebody. Break their heart.
I think marriage should be changed from a lifetime thing to like a 5-year thing.
No, fuck marriage.
Like a marriage license every 5 years. You got to see if you want to re-up. So you got to talk to your other, like, yo, are we going to re-up this? Are we re-upping this?
No. When you find the person that you're going to
marry. I got some new term for the next 5 years.
When you find the person that you're going to marry, you need to be sure about it. It's not hey, 5 years from now, I don't like you anymore.
But as a person, you're not even sure about yourself. Like, you change every 10 years.
Yes.
So you're going to tell me that you got to know who you're going to be in 20 years, as opposed to also knowing what she's going to want in 20 years?
No.
You
need to give yourself enough time to find somebody who allows you to be your true self. Because changing every 10 years, that's part of you being your true self.
No. It could also be that you were like, there's people who go, evolutionary change. Like, hey, I'm in my 20s. I was a real dickhead. I was just doing whatever. I wasn't good with money and all that shit. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm being a little more responsible. It's growth. Isn't that what you just said?
That is growth.
That's what you said, right?
Yes, it's growth.
But what if it's the other way around?
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, I've been responsible all my life and you're going to blow it off?
Yeah. There could be people like that was just so fucking tired of it. Like, society standards.
Yeah, that's why they say, what's the thing men go through? Midlife crisis? Yeah, that's what that is.
That's a midlife. Women don't do that either? You don't think women do that either?
No.
Some librarian somewhere was like, society. She takes off her glasses, lets her hair down, and she's like, fuck this. And then she puts a put some sugar on me, some bar somewhere. And she's like,
No.
I'm a midlife crisis.
Because women are okay with living their true selves all the way through. So go after a different intention.
That is true, and I'm gonna stop the show. He gets the donut. He gets the donut for the day. He gets the donut for the day. He's the prize. The boss said, I can't find a ride or die lady. And I do believe that. I feel like women are more selfish and they're not loyal. Like Chris Brown said. These hoes, they are loyal.
Right, so why are you trying to get into a relationship with a girl who's clearly not loyal?
Because the majority of them are like that. So it's like you're dating. So look, trying to find the right one.
Okay.
Right? Going back to, this is why I hate this whole thing. It's like, you just got to find the right one. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I look at that, I hear that, and I'm like, okay, so that means I got to date. Mm-hmm. Right? Logical step 101. Let me start dating so I can find the right one. Mm-hmm. So you go on multiple dates, and what do? Each day you're getting what? You're getting used because these hoes ain't loyal. So at some point,
because
you got to tap out because your pocket can't afford it no more.
If you're going on multiple dates with somebody, I'm sorry, first date, you should know if there's any chemistry with this person.
How are you supposed to know that? First off,
it's like sitting on the bus next to somebody. If they're annoying as fuck, you're not gonna like them.
You are coming from an old school of dating. I had to shout you out on that. Like, you're used to the guy approaching you, say, hey, how you doing? You know, I like to get to know you.
That's true.
Exchanging numbers.
Yes.
These guys are dating in the age of Tinder. So they're just going by a photo.
Okay.
And they're swiping.
I've dated on Tinder.
And there's barely any small talk in the communication.
Why are you trying to make me old?
Before you're like, hey, let's go somewhere.
Okay.
Right? So now you're going to said place. Me personally, I know how all this shit is. I don't spend no more than like $40 on a date.
Okay.
I really don't. Especially if I'm trying to get to know somebody. It's like, I don't even know you. Why would I spend any more than that?
So first dates aren't supposed to be like, all right. Hang on.
Let's what's the first date?
Let's rewind here. You meet somebody online dating, right? Mm-hmm. Those first couple text messages that you exchange, either you're engaged and they're engaged or they're not. And then you continue on looking for someone else.
It's not even like that. The guys I know who are still trying to do dating on Tinder, they just have they have the same messages they send every single time. Okay. And it's like each same simple messages gets a response each single time. And then it's the date where they, like you said, the chemistry.
They're doing it wrong.
It's not wrong because they're
they're
doing it right in the sense of the algorithm, right? Mm-hmm. Of society, because once again, this is society's rules. But everything's so fucking broken. So my man right here, he has a script. He's like, hey, he says, hey, blah blah blah, something that strokes her ego to make her feel nice, like, oh hey, and she giggles, hee hee, and then he says, oh, something more about, hey, what are you doing with your life? And she comes back feeling all, oh, I'm so this, and then like he wheels her in, like he uses the bait, wheels her in, and then he sets the date, and then when the date comes, nothing goes anywhere, right? Or you hit it and quit it. That's what a lot of guys do too. They hit it and quit it.
Right, and if you know that you're looking for a different kind of connection. You're looking for something.
But this is Tinder dating. Natural. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
oh my God! I met a man on Tinder. I dated him for 3 years. Like, I know what I'm talking about.
But it didn't go nowhere. 3 years, done.
It was done. Yeah.
So, do you really know what you're talking about?
I do.
Because once again,
absolutely do. Because I've also been on dates with guys where I knew I was only going on a date for dinner.
Hold on. We got a lot of comments. Oh, man. All right. I need to find somebody with a good family. No high body count, same race, and easygoing. Good family. That's the one I would focus on most on that.
That is important. No, fuck that. I don't like saying that. Because, like, I feel like every one of my exes has had, like, amazing families.
But did they have a good dad?
I date guys with daddy issues.
And women have daddy issues too.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, fellas, if you want to find a good girl, meet her dad.
What?
See if she has daddy issues. If she has daddy issues, she's good. You know, she's fun for the night. But long term,
meet her dad.
Look, long term,
you're awful.
You got to meet her dad.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like as you're like scrolling through these dating apps and like you're reaching out to people, it's just you get a different vibe when something's there.
I feel.
And then you meet them for like.
But he said by the time he's 24 years old, good ladies are all taken, and you're left with the crazies.
By the time he's 24. Oh my God, you're a baby. What? 24. Holy shit. I'd already been in 3 relationships and I had 2
And
kids.
I do agree with that. Everybody's rushing. And that's what it is. It's once again, dating on Tinder is the same thing like social media. It's the same thing like TikTok. We're programmed, Snapchat. We're getting programmed to be like quick. Like I want things done. Like fast gratification.
Right.
And that's what dating is today. Dating on Tinder is exactly that.
Yeah.
Like you're boom, 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 boom. And then you go to the date, boom, 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 boom. And the next thing you know, and then...
Right. So when somebody's different on there, they stand out.
They really don't.
They do. Like, they're the person who you end up, like, texting until all hours of the night.
But let me ask you this. Okay. So men are using this app because, once again, men want sex, right?
Yes.
This is what we want. Like, we know what we want. We're being congruent. We use the app. We just want to get laid, right? We are in the age where women are just throwing it out there. Sorry, ladies. It's the truth.
This is
Going
true.
back to WAP.
Absolutely.
Going to WAP.
Wow.
Women feel empowered, right?
Wow.
They feel empowered to be overly sexual, right?
Yes.
So then, if men see that, right, what's going to change everything? Like, how's a man going to not want to hit it and quit it?
It's not about not hitting it and quitting it.
When they could go on to the next one. Especially if it's working for them. Like, they say, blah, 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 blah. It gets them a date, right? They get laid. On to the next.
Okay, but if that's what they're looking for, then that's what they're looking for. Then it doesn't matter whether the conversation's there. It doesn't matter if there's a connection there.
All right, so then how does it ever change? So now you're saying like, all right, I'm tired of getting laid. Mm-hmm. I want to find a woman who is
looking for something more.
Ride or die, decent, blah blah. I'm not gonna find her on Tinder. Tinder's gonna be 90% of the women I was sleeping with.
Absolutely, and you need to filter through it better.
Through Tinder? Nah.
It doesn't matter.
I think at some point
you could do
honestly,
anything to find someone.
I'm old fashioned. I'm more of like you gotta go somewhere.
So you can go to bingo on Sundays if that's where you want to meet a woman. Like
you gotta meet them in person, and you gotta. I don't know. To me, dating is dead. That's the way I see it. It's just dead.
It's just like smoking weed. You're never in a rush to get high.
Oh, the boss said he's 45.
Okay.
It's got to be a social change. Yep. He agrees. Oh! We interrupt the regularly scheduled show to see my socks. Let's see.
What socks do you have on?
I got Space Invaders.
Pac-Mans!
No, Space Invaders.
Oh, Space Invaders!
And the ship is shooting it. You see it?
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's why I'm wearing socks with my Crocs.
Oh, shit, pass me my bag.
That's why I'm wearing my socks with my Crocs.
My socks pack bag. So I brought you something from...
I get
Vermont!
Ooh! Best Buds!
How cool are those?
Those are awesome. That's the sticker I gave you. Best Buds. And is this what I'm thinking it is?
It is. I think it's only like CBD or something, but It was fun. It has a leaf imprinted on it.
Edibles. I love my edibles. I'm telling you, we do need that P.O. box. We're probably going to get some good shit. Yeah, but ultimately in the end, he said society has to change.
I believe society does
we're
need
caught,
to change.
once again, the same way we broke the hamster wheel that was, working and all that. It's the same hamster wheel in dating.
Yeah.
At some point, it has to change. Because that's all it is. Tinder is just a hookup app. That's all it is. Like you'll find somebody like in your example that they dated for 3 years, but those are the rarities. That's not the norm, and that's why I keep going back to.
But that's what you're supposed to look for. Like, stop trying to meet every single
how
woman
are
who
you
says
gonna
hello to
find
you on
that?
this app.
But how are you gonna find that? Trust me, guys are not getting that many hellos.
All right then. So what? So what if it takes you 6 months before you meet the first one, and then that person like sucks? Like.
You gotta see,
you're not in a rush.
But you also gotta see how different these apps are. Like, when a woman go on this app, she's matching with, like, 200, 300 guys. A guy is lucky to be matching with, like, 30 women.
What? All right. We need to do this too. We need
Do an
to
experiment.
side to side.
Do an experiment.
The
Find
male's
a guy.
version of it, and the
Find
female's
one of your
version
male
of it.
friends that are decently attractive, right? He could be in the middle, maybe a 6 or 7, right? And look at his Tinder profile, and then find one of your friends who's just average, an average 5. One of your female friends is a 5, and look at her.
Fives.
Look at her. Oh, well, then even better. You're
my
gonna see.
girls are the
You're gonna see.
best.
You're gonna see her Tinder thing, and like she's talking to like 10 guys, and a guy's lucky if he's like.
My one girlfriend does tell me that. She's like, I talk to like 4 different guys at once. It doesn't mean she's gonna meet like everyone, but.
Because look, I have in my
I
men's
told her I was
group.
like, deep.
Like, I tell you, I'm in a men's group, right? And one of the guys, he's younger. He's in his 20s. He works out. He's showing me his Tinder profile, and you know he's once again he's matching with these girls. They're flaking on him because they have other options, right? They're flaking on him. They're like not following through with plans that they make. Like he's like, yeah, she said we're gonna meet here. She never answered.
Damn.
But they have options. They're like kids in a candy store. Like they have options. When you have 300 men messaging you on these apps, you have options.
I'm starting to feel away. I don't think I matched with like 300 people when I was on the app.
You weren't even on it that long.
Still.
She's bragging about it.
She's
bragging about it. But she was like on it for a week and she met the first guy she talked to and then she dated him for 3 years. That was you.
That's not what happened.
And honestly, that's a good innocence.
But that's not what happened.
Don't be ashamed about that. That's like good innocence to have. That's what he's talking about. He's like that innocence don't exist no more.
I met like 4 of them. And
yeah, but even then,
dinner,
4
they each
people.
bought me dinner, thank you, which turned into like.
But even then, 4 people. You haven't dated like 400 men on these apps.
No, fuck that.
And there's women who's doing that. And they're still doing that.
Holy crap! I couldn't do that. That's too many.
Because they got this guy as free dinner. They got this guy as free access to the club. They got this guy. Tell me no. Tell me no. There's so many guys who be like, yo, I popped up on her phone as free dinner, bro.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, every time he calls.
She let him see that?
Yeah, no, by accident, yeah.
They were riding in the car, he called her, but down there. Like,
yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, free dinner.
Damn.
So, I get it. Like, that's why I'm just kind of chilling.
I need to, like,
I'm
update
on my
my
spiritual
game.
journey
What's
right
going on
now.
here?
I'm on my spiritual journey right now. That's why I'm like, yeah. I'm only writing one letter only.
Are you writing a letter to you?
Yes.
I'm going to write a letter to me, too. But that's only 1 of 14.
I'm not. That's too much effort. I would just write the letter to myself. Because I'm in that whole self-love phase. And I'm happy with that. I'm like, look, I'm out of the
You can write a letter to your mom. You can write a letter to your dad. You can write a letter to your sisters.
Who's my dad? I wasn't gonna write.
Not just me. I
to
said
my
sisters.
dad.
It's supposed to be reflective.
I am, and there's a lot to reflect in my self-love. Like you see it as being selfish.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm like, I've always like put everybody else before me.
I'm looking for all inclusive here.
So I gotta.
But
that's another thing
that's
too.
How you feel. Like,
going back to like the whole dating thing. Like I do feel like I can't date in this modern age because I feel like I'm a traditional man. I was raised with traditional values. Whereas women are like too modern.
Your
like,
issue,
and
women. Like it seems to be other New Yorkers' issues too.
New Yorkers, she's just lumping it into the.
All you're looking at is like the dating pool right here. Like, do you go on these apps when you travel?
So, not many people.
Have you tried moving across the country?
Not many people are blessed like you to be able to travel like that. 1, and 2. To say that you have to travel, you're admitting that it's an American issue, which is what he said.
It is, absolutely.
American women are like this. Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is, men in America, if you want to find a decent woman, you got to go somewhere else.
You have to outsource.
Like Latin America, which is a lot of men are realizing this. They are going to like Asia, like finding Asian women. Mm-hmm. They are going, Latin American
and
women.
And what it is, it's
Russian
the
women because
it's
they are
culture.
They are
and it goes back to what you were saying about the music, like our artists. Like, yeah, look at what they talk about in the songs. And that's what gets played on the radio. That's what gets picked up for the movies. That's what's even in the freaking cartoons that our kids are watching. It's our society.
It is. So the society has to change. So there you go. If you want to find a ride or die, you have to learn a new language, get some money in your pocket, and go to Brazil. They got banging asses anyway.
Or look for somebody a little older. You know, don't go for that 25.
Hell no. No. Men do not date older. Do not date your age. Because
Have
all
you
you're going to find...
older?
I will. Hell no. But right now, me, 40, dating an older woman, all she's going to have is baggage.
But have you?
I would never date older. Because all they're going to have is baggage.
You can't say that because you've never dated older.
I wouldn't even date my age. I never dated my age. Never dated my age.
Because why don't you try?
Because I just told you what men and women want. I'm going to be congruent with what I want. I've wanted it since 18, and I'm always going to want it when I'm 80. All right? 1. 2, I just told you that women like older men. Why would I go and try to date somebody my age? Or even worse, somebody older. Unless I want a sugar mama. Sugar mama would be nice.
Because why not? I feel like you're just like closing off this entire
damn right
percentage of the population.
That's right. That's my boundary. I'm not going to change it for nobody. No, hell no.
All right, so that's your personal choice.
Because logically, not even logically, instinct, women like it when a man can teach them something.
All right, but when I said older, but also when I said older, I didn't mean older than you. I meant like older than what you're currently, like your current pool is. Like if you're
like so you mean my age? Like date a 4-year-old woman?
Date somebody like 5 years younger than you.
I did that.
Once?
I did that.
Just once?
I had a long-term relationship and it worked out okay until it ended.
Okay, so then that's a good
you're making
age
my
for you
point.
then.
You're making my point.
Why?
I'm gonna date younger. 35 is too old now.
I cannot with you.
No, but seriously, like,
but it's
the
also
older
about
you get,
what you want. Like,
listen,
are you thinking? Do you want something? You know, I know you.
I explained this to you.
Men out here who are looking for somebody.
And your mind went,
what are they looking for? Something long term,
sense.
something short term.
This is the reason why men have to date younger women. You guys, the second you 13, right, or whatever age you hit puberty, you're getting the male attention, right? Mm-hmm. You start your whole dating life, right? And like I just showed you on a dating app, women can have 300 matches, a man can have 30. Mm-hmm. We're not equal when it comes to dating.
You didn't show me.
It's not equal. It's not equal when it comes to dating. Why? Because men know what they want. They go by attraction. So that's why she's getting hit up by like 300 dudes, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas women are, I don't know what I want. His profile, his outfit, these photos. I don't know. All this bullshit, right? So if you're looking at the equation of the dating scene, like a woman who's in her 35, she's been run through in the dating scene. I hate to say it like that, but she has a lot of baggage.
That's not
Why would I
true.
want that baggage?
That's not true because you're
she's
looking
divorced.
At it,
she's a single mother. Why would I want that baggage?
You're looking at it as like somebody who is currently in their 20s on Tinder. And then, how they're going to be when they're older. No, I'm talking about women who are already at that age who didn't come up with Tinder.
I just want somebody who's an equal playing field when it comes to dating. Like I cannot find somebody in my age group that's gonna be equal to me. No matter how much of a pimp I am, she's gonna have. Look, women sleep around more. They do. It's easier for them. They get what they want. It's harder for a man to sleep around, so even though that's what a man wants.
Women who like to sleep around a lot. Yes, but there are women who respect themselves more who aren't sleeping around.
That's rare though.
It's
the more society moves forward,
it's not as rare as society makes it seem.
It is rare.
Because a lot of women look at what society is right now, and we're disgusted by it.
So then where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? So when that song came out, you just said, where's the outrage?
I do, because there's nothing wrong with
So if this is what's being projected in society, why are you, right, if you're a respectable woman, why are you not out calling this out and say, no, this is bullshit? Like, no, tear this down. This makes us look bad. Like, where's the outrage? So then you get mad when men are out here saying that this is what women project. This is how women are. They have a higher body count. You know, he even said it. He's like, I don't want a woman with a high body count. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have a high body count. Why would I want that? Mm-hmm. He said that, right? Like, if he doesn't have a high body count, why would he not want somebody who has... Let's say he slept with 40 women.
That's right? A lot. That's a high body count.
Right. But there's women out here with 400 men. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same. So, like, if he wants somebody who has the same count as him, let's just say that. Let's just, for whatever it may be, he's going to have to date younger. Because she hasn't reached that yet.
That's not true. because the younger generation is the one who's more liberal with their bodies because of what they're seeing and what society is portraying. So there's girls who are having sex in high school and like they're already in their double digits before they graduate.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are younger women that you're talking about.
So you know you're gonna
because
tell
that
me,
wasn't the case when I was in high school.
So you're
maybe
tell
one or
me
two girls
that,
got around, but it wasn't the norm for everyone to be getting around.
All right, and what about the women like who are still in their 30s who are now in this society, right?
Mm-hmm.
For whatever whatever the reason may be, she's single now. You don't think she's gonna tap into that? Like, oh, this is more fun. I didn't do this in high school. This is fun now.
I think it's more of a personal decision. And if you grew up where that wasn't the norm in society, you're not going to turn around and just accept it.
Yes,
that
you
easily.
will. Because once again, you're not being judged and you're not being shamed by society. If anything, you're being applauded by society.
No, but it still goes back to your personal values. Like
Once again, meet her dad. Meet her dad. Meet her dad. That's the only takeaway. I don't know. We've been rambling for an hour and a half. That's the only takeaway. Meet her dad.
But you know what? That's actually a really good idea of who you're getting into with.
That's it.
I don't think so though. Like it'll
Look,
give you an idea.
I was always told, if you want to know how your girl's gonna look like when she gets older, meet her mom. That's what I was always told. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, if you want to know she's gonna respect you, meet her dad. That's it. That's it.
Now I'm like trying to think of like my girlfriends and who their fathers were.
Yeah.
It's like holds true.
Yeah. Think about it. Let's just, because I know a few of them. I know their parents still. Mm-hmm. Like the parents are still together, right? Mm-hmm. Think about that. Because who's going to go against what society tells you? Like if you don't have that, I didn't realize
how many of my girlfriends have like both their parents
right.
together.
And if you don't
Holy
have
crap.
that, if you don't have that, right? If you don't have that boundary at home, mm-hmm. then there's nothing to block you from what society puts out there. There's nothing. So that structure, that home structure, does give you that foundation.
No, I think there are people who may not have had it at home, but they had it like within their community. So like they had like the friends' parents who looked out for them, or they had like the teacher who looked out for them. You know, like I think the direct household is a huge contributing factor, but it's not the only one.
I don't know. That's why I keep saying like it comes from that structure as a child. Like you said, if she's gonna respect herself, mm-hmm. it's gonna come from somebody telling her you have to respect yourself. Like it's not gonna come from society, because society's like you can do whatever you want. Don't be shamed. Nobody can shame you. Mm-hmm. Society's gonna tell you to do everything, but somebody's gonna say you gotta have respect. You gotta have self-respect, and that comes from home. I don't think that comes from, anywhere else than to say, hey, you got to carry yourself a certain way. It's like, that's why I told my boys, I'm like, look, you gotta say yes, you gotta say no, you gotta say please and thank you. You gotta be respectful, because you're a reflection of me when you're out there. So that's why my boys are like that, Like I taught them manners. I taught them how to be a certain way. But I think, like, once again, I think that comes from home. So when you're like, oh, this and that, I'm like, you got to see how how the home unit was, because I think that's the only one that would be. Look, no dad wants a hoe for a daughter. Simple as that.
That's true.
No dad wants that. No matter how much society says you could be on the pole and you could get it, girl, applaud you and all that shit, no dad wants that. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be like, self-respect. He's gonna be the only voice of self-respect. Unless he's not, if he's in one of these where he's scared to do anything because the wife does everything, that's it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it.
That must be such a hard situation to be in.
Yeah, see? He said a 35-year-old lady got a high body count and obnoxious tattoos. Don't get obnoxious tattoos. She has cute tattoos. Yours is not obnoxious.
I know some people with obnoxious tattoos. Yeah. I'm just like, what were you thinking?
Yeah. Yep.
What?
And he said we got to follow this America. Unfortunately, we do.
Yeah.
And this is why you got to go to Latin America, because over there,
It's different morals.
The machismo. But you know what? It's funny.
They're more about the family unit and like the man is supposed to lead the household.
Yeah,
and, like,
but it's funny because
bring
the
my
one
parents to live with
it's
us.
like if you think about the places where like, hey, you should go date because the women will be more respectable and all that. That's the society where the men are still like machismo and they have all that like, rawr, like you can't tell us nothing. We're men kind of thing. Like Russian, like oh go to Russia because the men are like that, right? Same thing with Latin America. Like they're all like that. I don't know. There's certain narratives we have to stop putting out there. Like time out. This is not true. It's going against everything. So yeah.
I finally warmed up. I opened up my coat. Let's take my hat off. I don't know if I should take my hat off. Whoa, maybe I should put it back on.
You got hat hair.
Yeah, I do.
It holds you down. Your hand getting held down for too long.
Give it a little more lift.
Give it lift.
Hello.
Give it volume. Give it the volume. What's this been?
So my electronics, wires and stuff.
Oh,
My watch has been going crazy. I don't know if I'm like ignoring notifications or what's going on.
Emergency.
Oh my god, I missed like 4 messages. I've seriously been ignoring it. I was like, they're not calling me. It's just a text.
Oh, I got a message too. Look at this. Don't tell us anything. It's a free show.
Alright. Oh, I didn't send the link to mine. I'm getting Ma's message right now. I feel so bad.
Oh, is she tuning in now? Is she on?
Oh,
Hi,
man,
Mom.
she's not.
She watching us? Our biggest fan.
Last time she was like, oh, you guys got off so quick because like I sent
Oh, because it sent it to her and then it was at the end?
Yeah, so I feel like if I send it to her today, it's going to do the same thing.
Knowing our mother, she's like our biggest critic. She's probably going to leave comments down below.
Like, you didn't brush your hair today. I know, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I
have a lot of apps open just now. Jeez.
I'm ready for the warmth. I can't do the snow, man. I was out there, snow blowing and everything yesterday. I'm like, I'm getting too old for this shit. My boys ain't even here for me to like send them out there to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I have a really fun video in the works showing my trip to Vermont. Mm-hmm. I had such a great time.
Did you?
But let me tell you, it was freaking cold.
I could imagine.
It was like negative 15 degrees cold. And something else that you really don't think about unless it's like happening in your life. So I stepped out into the cold, right? And I'm thinking, oh, you get that first breath of fresh air. It's like, wow, it's actually a little invigorating.
Were you like in
a
cabin in Vermont, or were you like in a town and like you could see like I'm just curious how they were dealing like with Kofifi.
I was in an Airbnb, which was it was like 3 miles from like the main town. Okay. Which is like a huge ski town.
Gotcha. You went skiing?
No, I went snowmobiling.
Oh, okay.
I had a great time. But yeah, it was cold. So let me tell you. So I left the house thinking, oh yeah, you know what? It's cold, but like that first breath is just like, oh, it's kind of fresh. It's refreshing, By the time I got to the car, my nose hairs were frozen. Like you could go like this and like feel your nose hairs. And I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Oh,
like
so cold.
You're not supposed to be able to feel your nose hairs. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like I do feel it must be like as I'm getting older thing because when I was younger I used to love the cold, but now I'm just like I need to move to Florida. I think that's why all the old people went to Florida. Seriously, it's like no, I can't deal with it no more.
You have to get closer to the equator.
Yeah, I don't like being cold. This is why I got 2 sweaters on right now. Not just one but 2. I'm like I don't want to feel cold. I do. I take.
Yeah, it's weird. It like in my mind when I saw you dressed like this, I was like, does he have a cold? Like
no, I was just like, I'm cold.
It's weird to see you like this.
And then after this, I'm gonna take a nice warm shower again.
Oh, showers are amazing.
And then I'm gonna put some reggae music again and just chill in there. I do. I just like sing in the shower. That's my new thing. It's like it's very. It takes me like somewhere else. Like I'm just like, all right.
I'm tapping into your feminine side.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Fuck yeah, I love hot showers and singing.
Is that
and
what
just,
it is?
You know what it is? You're just releasing.
And I gotta do that sometimes.
You're tapping into yourself. Yeah. I shouldn't say your feminine side. You're tapping into self.
Yeah, just like, oh, yes. See, but those are the little things in life that I need, that I don't need all the other things that people are like, oh, I need this expensive shit. Like, do I really need
You just want a hot shower.
Yeah. Those are like
You know what
nice,
kills
nice
me?
commodities.
You know what kills me is when I go on vacation and I don't have those little things. Is when I'm like,
I miss it. Yeah,
yes!
I miss it.
I'm such a
That's
spoiled brat.
yeah. Like when I go camping with the boys, and it's like, you know, we got to take the quick community shower and all that, and it's like, oh, you know, all that. Like it's like, all right, it was cool. We're being rugged, right? We're doing manly things, but now it's like, okay, maybe it is feminine. Now let me take my modern day shower. Yeah, everybody's moving to Florida because, unfortunately, because of how they're well, I don't know if it's unfortunate. It's a good thing. It's the way they're handling Kofifi. They're not shut down, right?
Yeah.
They're open. Business is booming, so everybody's going there. They're chasing after the money.
Yeah.
Florida's doing good. Their economy's doing good. So he's like,
Florida's taking a lot of heat. I'm actually, I'm planning a trip to Miami in a couple weeks. And
are they locking
the
down?
rates are kind of high over there right now.
Oh, for rooms and stuff?
Yeah, especially for this time of the year.
Because then where else is everybody going to go?
That's what
they're
I'm
taking
thinking.
advantage of
That's
it.
what I'm thinking. You know, people are avoiding international travel, so they're trying to stay, you know.
I was actually planning to go take a road trip. Get in my truck and just go to Key West and camp out there for like 2 weeks. But I'm going to wait till it's a little warmer.
Okay.
Because it was like really cold. It was like hit or miss. It was like in the 60s and 70s. I'm like, I don't want that consistency. If I'm going to drive all the way down there.
Yeah, you want the consistency.
Yeah, I want the consistency.
Warm up a bit.
Yeah.
Feel it in your bones before you come back home.
Yeah. You know, the other day, they did, was it the polar diving?
Oh my God, in port!
Where they go into the water
Jesus,
and bathing suits and shit. It's like ice cold.
God,
I could do that.
That's
I think I could do that. It's just a one-time thing. It's just how just run in.
That goes hand in hand with like the people who are like, oh, let's you know, wear these flying squirrel suits and jump off a skyscraper in the city. Like, what are you doing? Why?
You can't do that
Why
either.
Are you doing that?
You can't do the flying squirrel.
No, why are you doing that?
Are you afraid of heights? I know you don't like roller coasters.
I don't. You know what? I'm not. It's not like.
Is that a height thing?
It's not a fear of like, oh my God, I'm high up. I'm not like. No, I don't have like that fear of heights, but. Just a jump off, free fall?
I would. I think jumping off a plane, even though that like if I was to jump off with somebody,
free falling.
She hit it too. Free falling. I think I would have a little bit of fear, because when I went to Vegas, I you know me, I go on roller coasters like motherfucker, but we went on this thing where like they shoot you over a building. That was kind of like, that took me back for a little. I was like,
what's going on?
Oh shit! Like, that was a different kind of rush. I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Oh my God! Did you see the TikTok I sent you with the people with the VR?
Oh,
I had such a good laugh.
No, I didn't watch it, but I saw the
such a
video
good
of it.
laugh.
It was like how she got her ass beat, just bumping into shit.
No, but it was like it was one of those that they put a bunch of them together. So it's pretty.
That's how Ollie is. Ollie be like that.
Oh my God.
Like punching the TV.
He just runs into
you're gonna hit my TV. What are you doing?
Yo, there are people that they're like standing on like a plank above like a city, and like they feel like they're actually gonna fall, and you see them actually fall sideways. Like they don't put their foot out to stop them.
No.
They're just like, oh.
Them old minds.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
That's fucked up. I wouldn't want to do that. Like, oh, yeah. And then you bust your ass in real life.
Yep.
Speaking of busting my ass, I took a mean fall on my knee.
Ooh.
We were what day was it?
You gotta be careful. Those kind of falls can actually hurt you.
I really thought I fucked up my knee. I was like, no, I'm too old for this shit. No, you know what I thought about first was I don't have insurance. Not if I was okay or anything. I just kept thinking, I don't have insurance. This is gonna be expensive.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought about. I was like, I didn't think about if I was okay or not. Cause we go, so it was last week. Me and Ollie, we just left early, right? I was like, you can do school when you get back, right? Cause homeschooling. So we just went early and we went to the movies, and it was really cool. We had like an epic, like strong. It was like a Japanese animation kind of cartoon, and like we watched it, and it just had like a really good feel good message, and it was a beautiful day. So then we went and we did the Eagle Nest over here. We went driving, sightseeing, and he was taking photos. So then after that, we went over to Jersey to High Point. And, you know, there's the whole monument there. And down in the base of the monument, it says, closed due to hazardous conditions.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck this shit, I got a truck. That's suggestive. So I go and I drive the truck, not knowing that I just put the truck on a big, like, sheet of ice. So I get out the truck and I'm like, come on, bud, let's take pictures and shit, just all for pictures too. And he goes, whoop, bust his ass first. And I'm like, oh yes, he fell first. I was like, I don't know why I'm glad that my 9-year-old fell first. But he slipped first. And I'm like, oh shit, are you okay? I was like, oh yeah, I just kind of put you on a block of ice, huh? So I'm like, be careful, be careful. So it was like, oh man, this is all frozen. It's like one platform. And I was like, yeah, let's go here. That's good. Whoop, bop, right on my knee. Ah! It still hurts. It still hurts.
It's gonna bruise for like a few days.
It did.
Might bruise for a
I had
couple
the
weeks.
ice pack, and like I'm just trying to crack it to make sure like it's not setting wrong or something. I don't know. I have a knee injury. I'll be one of those guys when I get old.
You know what? Like
knee
sent me
injury.
to the ER once was have you ever like yawned really big and just like feel like your jaw is
Oh,
like,
did you popped out?
It wasn't actually popped out, but it felt like it was just off, just
No,
slightly.
Now we're all down.
And,
and
like, you know, a few hours later, I was like, this isn't getting better. I have to go to the ER. So I go in, and, like, the doctor walks by, and I'm sitting in the room waiting, and I'm, like, doing my whole, like, trying to, like, just make it feel better. And, like, he stops and, like, almost, like, reverses, and he's like, you don't want to do that.
Oh, shit.
He's like, I'll be in just a moment. He's like, but most people make it worse when they just...
You try to put it back.
Yeah.
That's like what dislocating your shoulder.
Yeah, so be careful what you mean.
I know. Yeah, he said his mom broke both knees falling. Mm.
And that's like that heals over months, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
You're in a wheelchair at that point.
Wow.
You're in a wheelchair like this, right?
Yeah, both your legs straight.
Straight up in a
Yeah.
wheelchair, just kicking everybody, knocking over things. Oh man.
In the Squidward cast.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I mean, I'm walking on it and everything. It still hurts, but I'm not trying to do like.
Was
too
this like
much
a recent
treatment.
injury? Is she feeling better? I hope she like.
I hope so.
Quickly. Yeah.
We've never heard from her again.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm telling you, and it's the one leg. I said it's the one leg. I always said, please.
The one you need.
I need. Yeah. Let me sacrifice this leg, my left leg, because I need the right one to drive. And it was hurting. It was hurting like crazy driving too. I was like, ah!
Oh. Were you using like your cruise control?
Oh, she not at the same time. Well, you got to specify that. Oh, no.
We sketched her out as like a
yeah. She was like this. No, he said 1 year apart.
Oh,
she didn't learn from the first fall. Sometimes people are like that.
Mom usually gets hurt when she falls.
Mom just falls all the time. Some people are like that. They just don't have good balance.
Yeah.
I was actually like that a lot in the Marines. When I would run, for some reason, my ankle will always like roll in on me. And then I would always like have a sprained ankle.
Ooh.
I think I had like 5 of them when I was in. So that was like 1 every year. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. For some reason, my ankle, and sometimes to this day, like I'll be walking.
Because you didn't use them when you were young.
What? My ankles?
Yeah, you didn't use them when you were young. You were watching TV, you were playing video games, and it's like, boom, military, run!
Yeah, I guess. I think you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Like the one thing that changed my life was the one that 5 years were like the most. Like I wasn't congruent with who I am. Like those 5 years, if I try to be that person, it takes a lot of work. Like mental, like not just a physical thing. It takes a lot of mental. Like that's the discipline. I'm not congruent to be that person. It's not even the discipline. It's just misery. Is that what discipline is? Misery?
I guess so.
You just love torturing yourself?
No, discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do.
Yes, you're it's misery.
It could be.
Like I don't know why people want to live so long.
There's a lot of shit I don't want to do, like cooking.
Like there was a lot of great people
discipline to cook,
that only lived like for 45 years. Like I don't know why people want to live so long. And that's why we're all in this mess right now, because people want to live so long.
Yeah, everybody's terrified of dying.
Yeah. This is why we're in this whole big Kofifi mess.
Yeah.
It's because people are scared of dying. Like, why do you want to live so long? I don't want to live that long. If I make it to 70, that's going to be miserable for me. If I'm like...
So you don't want to slow down like that? Is that what it is?
No,
or
because
it's just
your body catches up to you.
Okay.
And then, like, you go through all this pain and misery. Like, I see Mom, she breaks out, like, a whole thing of medicine.
She does, yeah.
And, like, her eyes are going... And to me, that's just a slow torture. Like, to me, that's torture. And I get it, like you're having another day to live again, but I'm like, I'm not afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid of torture. I don't know.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Like I see Mon, I see how her body has just, and it's not no choice of her, it's just time.
Yeah.
Her body's degrading on her, right? It's falling apart on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're literally seeing yourself deteriorate. You're living, but you're dying.
You're like scaring the shit out of Mom because I think she's watching.
You're
right
living,
now.
but you're dying. She's probably crying. I don't mean to make you cry, Mom, but that's the reality. I don't, but it's the reality.
Jeez.
I'm checking the comments.
Right?
No, she's not saying that. But that's the reality. You're living, but you're still dying.
Mm-hmm.
You're just prolonging it.
Mm. A lot of people don't look at it that way. I've never.
No, society overall looks at it. We got to live to the fullest age. There's a reason why we're so scared of what's going on right now. Because if you think about it, if we embrace death, we would be like, it is what it is. We're going to lose some of you, but we're going to give you your passage to death, and we're going to show you, hey, next part of whatever the next cycle is.
Yeah.
Enjoy your voyage. Bon voyage. That's how it's going to be if we embrace death. But now it's like, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 I didn't have a hoodie. No, 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 no. That's what it is. That's literally why you see people wear like 3 masks.
Yeah, you do.
Like, what are you so scared of?
Oh my god.
That's how people are, man. It's like we've evolved to that. And it's weird because like you look at, like tribal culture back in the day, how death was part of life. Mm-hmm. Like, we made a scene of it. We gave a ritual. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And, like, people weren't scared of dying.
There's definitely been a huge change. Because, really, that's just, something that happened before. It wasn't something we've experienced in our lifetimes.
Right. Right. Because modern medicine curbed a lot of that stuff. Mm. So that's another thing. Like, maybe we're too spoiled in a sense as the human race. We're spoiled in a sense that we do have modern medicine to figure out a lot of this stuff out, but once again, we're not meant to live forever.
Right.
Like you have your time here to do something, right? To shine, and then that's it. Bloop, you're out, and you go on to the next part. Like, I don't understand why we want to live forever.
I think a lot of the fear of death is just a fear of the unknown. Because you don't know what's next. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, you're just going to be in the coffin.
He said, would you be a head in a jar like Futurama? Man, that'd be kind of cool, though.
What part of that is cool?
Because you get to see, the only part, like, you get to see the evolution of society.
Okay.
Like, that's one thing, like, I'm going to miss. Like, I know, like, everybody around me, eventually, we're all going to have our time. Mm-hmm. So that's a reality you have to see. But the collective, like, evolution of society, like, how technology, like, think about the people who didn't get to see the technology we have today.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of cool. Like, I want to see that. But then I also think about where society's going. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Because what if they become, like that movie, what is it, Idiocracy, where everybody's just dumb. And I'm like, I'm still in a jar, and everybody's just stupid. I'm the smartest thing around, and I'm in a jar. There's no evolution. Take me out of this misery for 1,000 years until something changes.
Oh Lord! You just stuck there watching.
Yeah, just watching. Just people just banging their heads on a wall or something. Like, no, I don't want that. I just lost my train of thought. I'm just thinking about the things I would see.
I'm thinking do you sleep when you're a head in a jar? Like, that's
yeah,
where my mind went. I'm thinking do you sleep?
Yeah, because your mind is still programmed for sleep. So why wouldn't you sleep if you're a head in a jar? And then some noise comes in, floating around in a jar. What happened?
I think I'd pass. I think that's similar to the zombie apocalypse. I don't want to be a part of that.
You don't want to be a jar?
Yes. Please don't happen in my lifetime. Thank you.
Yeah, because there'll be certain things you'll be forced to watch that you can't just, unless you close your eyes, we can still hear it. As I floating head in a jar.
You'll hear it, but it'll be muffled because you're underwater.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're all water around you, so you can you even hear?
You can hear underwater. It's just muffled.
It's gonna. Oh, so it's I don't want that. I don't want that in a jar. Because now I'm thinking about it. Now it's just gonna be me. Like nothing I see. Everything is gonna be blurred.
It's gonna be your brain.
Nah, I'll take it. I'd rather just die. Don't put me a head in the jar. What about freezing yourself? Would you freeze yourself? Because they're saying there's like, what's the rumor that Walt Disney froze himself, and like he's like, throw me out when society can cure what I have or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's like the rumor, like he's still frozen somewhere under Disneyland.
Disney World.
Dun, dun, yeah, Disney World.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Like, would you want to be cryogenics? Be frozen and awoken in the future?
I don't think so.
Or would you want that time gap?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't want that because everything I know, everyone I know,
gone.
Yeah. No, I don't want that.
I would want that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be curious to see, like, if anybody survived, like their traits or their genetics or anything like that. I guess in the future you'll be able to find that out a lot easier today, right? So what do we have today? We have the DNA test, right, that you could do and see your family tree and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd like to meet like my friends' great grandkids or something like that.
Oh, see if they're anything like the person.
Yeah, right. And then I'm curious to see. I don't know what the future holds. Once again, I'm hoping that I wake up in a dope ass future. This is it's a very strong assumption. My chamber, like the building collapses and the chamber falls over and it's like in the middle of a war or something. And then I get recruited because they're like, yeah, you're still of age. Like, what? You gotta fight the Forever Wars. It's like, fuck. Was it? Oh, yeah. What about getting a new body? So there was a movie where like they had your clones. So they could make a clone of you, and then they would like transfer your brain over, or your mind over, and then you'll be in your clone. So like you're getting old now, right? And then they'll take your mind out of your mind and put you into like a younger version of you because they have your clone all set, ready to go. Wouldn't you feel like a clone though? I guess it still has all your memories, but at that point, like.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool because it's a second chance to redo things.
That's a younger you?
Yeah, but with an older mind.
Wouldn't the older mind just be like, hey, I'm young again, let me go have fun? I can do this.
Maybe they shouldn't let men do it.
I can do this! Watch Total Recall. Yeah, Total Recall was where they would like put memories into your head. So like really what it was supposed to be was like, oh, you don't have time to go on a vacation? Come to Total Recall, and then you sit here, and they put like a 1 week vacation in your mind, and then you'd be like, oh wow, I just had a great vacation.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah, so then you get out of the machine.
So cool.
So you get out of the machine, and you had a 1 week vacation, but then you go to work on Monday.
What?
So yeah, so you would do it over the weekend. So it'd feel like you took 2 weeks off, but really you only took 2 days off. But my guy, he was like, no, my life is so boring. I want to be a spy. So then that's where it's like they're coming in the planes, knocking things over, smacking them in the face. Like what?
What's it called? Total Recall?
Yeah, it was Total Recall.
It sounds familiar. I definitely think I saw like the. There's like an older movie, right?
There's 2. They did a remake.
Oh, you see?
Yeah.
Ew, it sounded. Why does it sound like there's more than one kid in there?
He's singing.
Bam.
Reading all the comments over here.
Gotta watch that.
I look like I'm giving the stare-eyed as I'm reading. We gotta figure out how to read the comments better because it stops over here.
We need that new
It
Samsung
caught up over
screen
here.
that you like turn it to the side and you can have like the screen and you
comments.
turn this way. It's like
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. 3 screens in one.
Yeah, the original is the original one is the better one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
But if you're gonna watch them both so you can get the different perspective. Because the graphics look better in the sequel, but the story overall was better from the original.
First one?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why I'm saying watch both.
All right.
Yep.
You know what? You should watch them both and then do the whole little Ray takeover show.
Well, I gotta do new movies though.
I mean, just do.
I don't really like
do
watching
something.
old movies.
Something.
I
you just did a very you was very analytical just now.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, the story was a lot better in the first one.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna have a
you
discussion.
But the second one because the second one has the graphics.
Oh, that's what I said. Oh, she gave me a little pointer. Shane with the glasses and a little tape right there, and I got a few questions on that. Shane, if I would have written it this way, I would have written a whole totally different story.
You gotta do that though. You gotta do it. You gotta at least do one.
With the twist at the end.
Give our fans a taste, and then go from there.
Best.
Because after you do the first one, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I really like this."
Yeah, but I want to do a new movies.
So do a new movie. What are you watching this week?
I don't know. There's nothing new. January's like the worst time for movies. Scream came out.
Good. So talk about like the last 3 movies you've seen.
The last 3 movies I've seen. I don't even remember them. That's why I gotta be fresh in my head. See?
So coming out of the movie theater, have your phone.
Look,
go live.
listen. This is why I gotta do new movies. It has to be new movies, because I don't like watching movies over and over again. I'm not one of those people.
Okay.
Like I had a DVD collection. I was like, why do I have this? I never even watched them. Like I just know if I'm gonna watch a new movie, like if I'm gonna take time to watch something, I want something I haven't seen before. I want something new. Unless, of course, my memory forgets the movie, and then I'll be like, I know I saw that, but I have no idea what that movie's about. Then I'll watch it, because it's something new. Again. That makes sense. So it has to be new movies for me to, like, be all excited to talk about it. Unless it sucked. Then I'm going to be like, it sucked! That's what you want to watch? For 30 minutes?
Yeah. You say how bad a movie sucked, and why.
And why.
And what you would have changed.
And what I would have changed.
All of that.
That's what you want to see? All right. What am I going to call that? Because you got Sibling Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun. Do you need like a...
Rivalry Rampage.
You need like an intro. You need like an intro for yours.
I do need an intro.
Yeah, for when you take over. Like a static shh. Get it? Like the channel's being hacked.
Yes.
And you take it over. Can you hear me? Is the signal coming clear? That's what you gotta do. Rambling rivalry. Yeah, I was gonna do like rivalry rants. That's what I was doing. I don't know about the rambling one. It's gonna make it sound like I'm not coherent. Like some drunk dude like, just listen to me on YouTube.
You may pull in the crowd though. Maybe people are searching for rambling people.
Oh, Train to Busan. Have you saw that one?
I think I did.
The zombies? That was a good one.
I don't think I did.
You know?
I think it's in my watch list.
That was a good one.
For like years now.
But they're like on a train and they gotta fight zombies?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't watch that one?
Mm-mm.
Man, you gotta watch some of these movies.
It's in my watch list. I'm telling you. That
but
one
you gotta
included.
listen. You gotta watch them. They're good training. Like, what
It's
would
in
you
my
do
watch
in a
list.
train if the zombies came?
No.
That's why you gotta watch the video. You have no idea. Now you'd be like, I'll remember that. I'll practice my swing kick the next time I'm on a train. Rivalry reviews?
Mm-hmm.
I could do that. But then I'll only talk to reviews.
Yeah, but it doesn't just have to be movie reviews. It could be like shit you buy on Amazon or
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't
restaurant
have
you
the
go
time
to.
for that. There's no way I would get passion for that. They would all be negative.
I like doing reviews. You know what? I like writing reviews after I experience something.
They would all be negative. Just me
So
ranting
like,
on
I write reviews like after a flight.
Do you?
Yes.
You go on Yelp?
Yes, I do.
You're a Yelper? Oh, man. I never met a Yelper before. Because I always was like, you know why? Look, this is how I know I would never Yelp. Because every time you go to try to do it, it wants you to log into the app and everything.
It's just way too much.
And it's like, you're doing too much.
No,
For me to
so
leave a
Google
review,
has
Google
their own
reviews is right there. And you can do it
Yup.
real quick. But a Yelper, like you literally logged in and did all that stuff.
You're a Yelper.
I'm not a Yelper. I'm a Googler.
So as am I.
I could see
As am I.
myself leaving
And
a
not
review
only-
on Google reviews, but not Yelp reviews.
Not only have I left reviews on Google, but I've been found by colleagues. Like they'll find the review I've
Really?
done.
They'd be like, "Yo, why'd you give me such a bad review?"
Yo, can I
Why'd
tell
you-
you
yo,
though how
why'd you-
embarrassing it was? So
why'd
the
you give me
first
4
time,
stars?
the first time I got like a wax for vacation, one of my colleagues like saw my review on the internet, and so after I get back from vacation, whatever, he's like he said something to me about it. I was so embarrassed. I was like, ah!
Look, no excuse. You got Train to Busan free on Tubi. That's what they're letting you know.
Free on Tubi?
Yeah.
I don't have Tubi.
Tubi's free. How you don't have Tubi?
You have to like log into that shit.
No, you don't. You
No.
just go and skip that shit and log in and start watching.
skip that.
And it's dubbed too, so you don't even have to read. Because, you know, my bad eyes. I can't even read shit over here.
It's so funny. I've gotten into the habit of like when something has the
Why
subtitles,
the comments far away?
like if you ever watch something that's like not dubbed and it's like you do have to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Like being a mom, I find myself like reading it out loud. But
For the
like,
kids?
I do
Yeah.
have like a narrator voice. It's awesome.
Yeah. I had to do that. I was trying to do that in one movie because I got it backwards. I always get it bawards as far as like sub and dub to when we go to the movie theaters, right? So I'm like, I don't know, buddy. We'll see. It's a hit or miss. So like the last time I took Ollie to go see, what was it? Demon Slayer. They had the movie in the movie theaters, but it was subtitled. So I tried doing that, reading it for him, but then I'm like, we're in the movies. So I was like, I'll just summarize. So every like few blocks, I'm like, yo, so this guy's trying to step to him. And then he's going to take it. And he was like, I want to see that movie again the right way. I was like, yeah, I don't make it as much. I had to do something, bud. I couldn't read everything to you here in the movie theaters. It's hilarious.
I mean, how many people were really in that theater with you?
It was actually packed.
Get out.
I was actually shocked. I mean, it was in one of the theaters in the basement, so it was the smaller ones, but it was still packed. I was like, I think this was before COVID, too. I think it was. I don't know. I see, it's weird. You can't even remember time before COVID. It's like it's been so long since we were dealing with it. Yeah, I know. They said 2 weeks. They promised 2 weeks. What was it, 2 weeks? They said 2. That might be 2 years, 20 years? Maybe 20 years.
I feel like somebody needs to like go back and like read
centuries.
everything that they were like trying to connect the two of like 1918 when like we had like another pandemic and people were in masks. Like, did anybody figure out how long they kept that going? So we have like an idea of how long they're gonna keep this going.
Well, it got worse after that. You do know that, right?
You see, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I saw like a meme. It was like side by side. That was it. That's all I know.
Very worse. Like we hit the Great Depression. We had a couple of wars.
Oh, that's true. The 1920. Holy
We had a
shit.
couple of wars.
History
World
repeats
War
itself.
One, World War Two. Yeah, it does turn to shit. Which I do kind of see though because the economy's not doing so well. At some point, people are gonna, I don't know, people are gonna lose their shit.
You know, a movie I just saw again, The Sum of All Fears.
The Sum of All Fears. What's that
It's
about?
old as fuck.
I don't remember that one.
Where like
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
where like one of like the other countries like does like some crazy event in the US and they're like putting the US like Russia against each other and like setting them up for war.
I like those movies where they take like a certain event. Like I saw one recently. It was The Kingsman with Ollie, where they were going back and forth about like historic events, but they were like kind of showing you like, oh, it was this guy getting manipulated by that guy, and that, which it really, if you think about it, that's really what our society comes down to.
Yeah.
Like if somebody was to say something bad about the president right now, and he takes it the wrong way, he could start a war. Like that's crazy.
I mean, there are checks and balances to avoid things like that.
Not necessarily. He could start the conflict before, like, so you're saying like, oh, Congress would have to vote for, you know, for all that. No, he could just like send on like, oh, yo, send the Marines in, the secret ops or something. I don't like this guy. Do a secret ops mission, and then the next thing you know, the news come out. Oh, this happened, and blah 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 blah, and then like that's how things are being run behind the scenes.
So it's basically that concept.
Yeah, think about all the secret
like,
op missions.
They're
that are
showing
going
like
on.
how easy it is, you know, with like the media and everything for things to be flipped real quick.
Yep.
And it was. We were like toe to toe with Russia. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Who's gonna shoot first?
Yeah. That was the Cold War too. If you look back at the Cold War, that was the whole time, and the whole Bay of Pigs and Cuba, because we were so fearful with Cuba because you know they were in lines with Russia, so they were like, oh my god, we're gonna be attacked in our own back door. So
I passed some like Civil War like important areas when I was up in Vermont, and it just made me think like, you know, during the Civil War we had troops who like marched across the country, like all the way up there. Like for me, it was like a 4-hour drive. Like for them, they were like marching for weeks, you know?
yeah.
And then I started thinking about like technology advancing and how quickly it did because we didn't have tanks back then, you know?
That's why I do believe that we're currently in a war. But the definition of what we understand as war and what we've been taught, it's different. Because like you said, war evolves. Just like everything else, war evolves.
Right.
So like, you know, if you think about the Civil War that we had, you know, it was neighbors fighting neighbors. It was literally us, you know, at each other's faces with guns.
Mm-hmm.
But we could just be in a war right now, but it's like a social war. It's what's being conveyed on social media.
Yeah.
It's what the narrative, whatever narrative, who's winning the narrative right now? Like, which side? You know? And which side is getting censored?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing. Like, whoever controls the narrative, they're the ones who's going to be in power.
Yeah.
Because they can make their enemies seem like they're so bad. It's like it takes somebody with an open mind to be willing to see, go against the narrative.
Absolutely.
To see what else is out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Just being able to like look at it and be open to understanding a different perspective is just, it's something a lot of people, they can't handle it. They don't have the mental capacity for that.
Yeah, well, that's why you see. I get an anarchist. Like, I get the Joker. Like, an anarchist, I get why they want total destruction. Like, when you see certain things in society, you're like, how the hell are we supposed to change this?
Yeah.
Like, society just needs to hit the reset button. Like, I get that, but there has to be a better way of doing things, right? Like, you can't just go, boop.
Yeah.
This ain't a video game where you don't like something and you just hit the reset button. Yeah, it's not. Life is, you know, you got to figure out a better way. And I do think it starts with just having discourse, like talking. But once again, a lot of there's censorship out there.
If you look at the movie, I want to say it's Firefighters. With, I think it was like Michael B. Jordan. Look at me naming people and movies and shit. I'm so proud of myself right now.
Was that the Fahrenheit movie with the books?
Yeah, where they were like burning books and everything. Yeah, like the firefighters were like actually.
Yeah, it was Fahrenheit
book
something
burners.
something. Yeah,
but like for them, like, you know, they were burning history and they didn't know better because they didn't know what
Bibles and because they were told to.
Yeah.
And like, how do we stop ourselves? Because if we keep going a certain path that we're going, we're gonna get there eventually.
We're already there. Like when people are censored on social media, that's book burning. Mm-hmm. That's, hey, I don't like your shit. Like, this is not allowed.
Right. So how do we break that without something like the Joker going extreme and saying, "Yup, here's the reset." Like, how do we change? How do we course correct? Like, we have a society that's so polarizing right now. Mm-hmm. Like, how do we course correct at this point? I want to say that maybe it's through just like championing more positivity, because it seems like everything is more negative. So if we can drive the cause to be like, hey, be more open-minded, be more positive, be more this. Like, it goes back to my whole thing where it's like, all this will go away if we weren't so afraid of dying. Yeah. Right? Like, maybe if we change our narrative. I don't know. I'm rambling right now.
It's a whole societal thing. It's
you said it. Like, Rambling Ray.
It's not just like, oh, this is the one thing that has to change. Like, there's
a lot.
So many things.
But where do we start? Because something has to change. People feeling it out there. You feeling it out there. Yeah. Like, people, we know something has to change. Mm-hmm. I feel like things are just getting more and more negative.
Like a lot of people are allowing things to get more and more negative because of herd mentality. Where, like, when you're in a crowd, it's just so much easier. Right.
So how do you break against that herd?
Like, even when it feels wrong, it's like, everyone else is doing it, you know?
Right, because you're looking for acceptance. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm doing something wrong, but I'm accepted while doing it. Right? Yeah. So it's and like, I'm going to roll with this.
Justify it. You're like, oh, well, I have to do it because...
Right. So people end up being in a cult, and they don't even know that they're in a cult because they're just being accepted. They're like, oh, yeah, everybody accepts me, so I'm going to roll with this. Mm-hmm. This must be right because everybody's involved with this, and everybody's accepting me, so this is the right path. But how do you change that? How do you let people understand, like, hey, you know what? You don't need to be accepted by everybody. And then when you realize, okay, I don't need to be accepted by everybody, I don't have to follow this cult anymore. Right. Because I feel like logic is lost. Society lost logic. I don't understand. Certain things, like, you can't say shit. You can't. It's like, this is the way. And I do feel like these books that were written that were kind of like a warning sign. Like, don't let us get there. I feel like we're getting there.
Yeah, we are.
Like, we're going to start burning certain books.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. It's crazy. I don't know.
I just, like, one thing that, like, really scares me is that a lot of other countries, like, they do have their eyes on us. And, like, they are looking to us as, like, the U.S. as, like, oh, Let's be progressive. Where are we supposed to be going? Like, please don't follow us. Please don't do this.
We ain't got our shit together.
What?
We do not have our shit together.
Yeah.
We do not.
I mean, a lot of countries you
We're
visit
hot
and
mess.
you could just tell, like, they're very, like, westernized. There's a fucking
They are.
term for it. Like,
Yeah, Western.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And sadly, it's not a good connotation to that term.
No, it's not.
It's like it's bad.
Mhm.
Like if something's been westernized,
They've
it's
lost
turned
their
to shit.
uniqueness.
Yeah,
They've
it turned
lost
to
their
shit.
culture. They're who they are.
Yeah. It's scary because it's like I feel like we're losing culture in the stress of individuality because that's all it is.
Mm.
Like if you look at all the Western culture, it goes back to the whole dating thing and everything. People tend to be more selfish.
Mhm.
They're identifying as self.
Yeah.
There's no more culture. There's no more tribe. There's no more, everything else that made it.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
That's why back in dating, I keep saying, meet her dad, because what? That was the tribe that raised her, right? When you break that whole cycle and you're focusing on the individual, right? Everybody's worried about self. And self, so what's the word I'm looking for? Like, everybody's just looking at themselves. It's,
Self-preservation?
Yep. That's the word I'm looking for. Ding, ding, ding. I need a soundboard. Play one for me for not getting it. You stupid. Hey, Annie. Annie's on the show. Live from Mexico. Easier to move to a one world government if all culture is one. They see that's scary. I don't want that. I like the
What if we
diversity.
all become what we are, like where we're headed, and we lose like the uniqueness of all these countries that we're already seeing it happen.
That's what he's saying. Like the fact that everything's getting westernized, it's easier to control because it's all one world government.
Yeah.
Which is scary because all that message for the uniqueness is diversification, but in the end the end product is not diverse because there is no tolerance for diversity. See, isn't that ironic?
That's crazy.
It's like that's literally what they do. They hit you over the head. Diversity, diversity, diversity. All right, I want to be diverse. No, you got to do it this way.
Yeah.
And then I'm not diverse. And then all these countries are losing their culture, all this history and culture that is being lost. Traditions. That's another thing. Like we're a society that don't have traditions.
We don't.
Once
I
again,
was thinking
going
that the
back to
other
self.
day. Like, I miss having like traditions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try, like there are little traditions I do with the kids, but I don't know. I feel like when we were growing up, like we had more of and like the extended family. We would come together at the holidays, and
Not even that.
it wasn't
like,
about
you
like we were going to Titi's house. We'd watch a movie. We'd have good food.
Yeah, it was like the weekends. People come visit us. We would go visit family. It was always in search of family for the weekends, right? Nowadays, it's the weekend is for me to explore self. It's like you're disconnected from the people who, like, you're disconnected from your tribe, right?
Yeah.
And, like, if you think about, even when we were growing up, we used to have, dinner at the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's now dinner when I can have it.
Yeah.
You said this last time. It was like people just, that's how it is. There's no more embracing of others.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. It's just, I'm just focusing on me.
Yeah.
Because I do remember sitting at the table having dinner as a family when we were kids. I remember that. But, people don't do that anymore. Unfortunately. Comments.
People don't want to cook anymore. I don't want to cook anymore. That's like, that's ancient.
Because you're cooking, because you're looking at cooking as the old way. You got to modernize your cooking. Use all these fancy appliances. You
know what? I do use the appliances I have. My crock pot is sitting on my counter, actually, right now.
Yeah, you gotta use it. Look, last night.
I used it like a week ago.
Last night, I made my Fiesta chicken in my slow cooker, right? And I got enough chicken for, like, the rest of the week. So I could, and you could say you get tired.
I do that.
You could say, oh, you get tired with eating the same thing. So that's fine. I got chicken that I could use. That's a great base for something else. I can make chicken and rice. I can make,
chicken and pasta.
I can make chicken pasta. I can make a chicken quesadilla,
tacos.
chicken tacos,
Yeah, you
right?
change it up.
I could go get soup from the local place, pour my chicken in there, boom, now I got more content to make it more fuller, make it last longer. So it's like you just gotta get creative with what you cook.
It's like my 3 I guess like focuses right now. Focus? I don't know. Is
Okay.
no, it's I don't know what it is. Oh, it's focus. So the first one's focus, just because I want to be more focused and more in tune with like the path that I'm choosing to follow. Like I want to be more in control of like which path I'm taking, rather than what I was doing before, which was just following the path of least resistance.
That's me. And I think that's my definition of life. It's always going the easier route.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to hack my life. That's what it is. I try to hack my life. And I've always gone the easier route whenever, except for, and the Marines, but that was just a dumb thing that I did as a teenager. I'm happy I did it, but I was like, yo, that was really a dumb teen thing. You know, when most people talk about their dumb teen things, it's not joining the military. That was just a real dumb thing.
Jeez.
I did. I signed up for it because, I don't know, it was like some ad for free dog tags.
Yeah, so focus and fitness is another, focus right now.
You focusing on your F's?
Yeah.
Focus, fitness, and what else the other one?
Food.
Okay.
I'm trying. I'm debating. It could be food. It could be fashion.
Fashion? Ouch! She wants to have a fashion channel.
But I think food is the one that I'm like gravitating towards because I have to.
You gonna become a foodie?
No, I will not. I will not. But I am making a decent attempt to start being in my kitchen more. I just feel like I fell off a while ago, and it's been easy to stay out of the kitchen, so I just have to break that habit.
You can also put foo-foo as your other F. You want to be foo-foo and bougie and all that? I want to be a foodie.
You are a foodie.
Am I a foodie? Yes!
I am foo-foo.
Yes!
So
I am a foodie.
it fits.
No, I like foods. I like exploring new foods and finding new spots and being like, oh, this is so good. I actually like it when Ollie gets into it too. Like the other day we went to an Indian spot and I was like, yo, you never had Indian food? Try this out. And then he was in love with the bread. The naan bread.
No.
Oh, he was, yeah. And yeah, he liked it.
Have you gone to the one where Red Barn used to be?
Where was Red Barn?
By Maz.
No.
You don't remember Red Barn? Anyway, there's one right there.
Okay. Is there?
No, I'm lying. Red Nurse. Something with red.
Red.
Not Red Barn, Red Nurse. There's like a pizza place there, a little Chinese spot.
Oh,
and like down to like the back. There's
I think they went. I went there once with Mom. They're
pretty
good.
good.
I thought they went out of business. They had like a buffet.
Don't say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people closing down because of Kofifi. Actually,
this is amazing.
The place we were supposed to go, like it happened by chance that we had Indian food because it was supposed to be a chicken and waffle place.
Okay.
But they went out of business because of Kofifi. Like a lot of the places he likes to go eat went out of business. He's so bad.
Poor baby.
No, not poor him because he's gonna forever hate Kofifi because of that. I'm like, yes, always forever hated. Like he's going through his memories. Like he's building memories of why Kofifi was so bad. He's like, all these places I loved shut down.
That's an awesome thing to remember though, because that's a piece of history that's affecting us.
So now as he grows older, he's gonna when he's a 40 or 50-year-old man and this comes back around again, he'll be like, no, we're not doing this again. Shut down businesses.
Something I noticed when I was up north is that they still have like old school pharmacies where it's like just like the local pharmacy. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a CVS.
Yes, they have one
and
here where it's still like a mom and pop.
Amazing.
It's still a mom and pop's trying to hang.
Yes.
And the crazy thing is not even the challenge right now is not even CVS. Mm-hmm. It's Amazon. Like there's warehouses now of all the pharmaceutical, like just the medicine that Amazon is just mailing out and everything. Mm-hmm. I switched over to Amazon. But you're right, there's a mom and pop's pharmacy here. Yeah. There's a CVS over on this side. And for the longest time they were competing, and then all of a sudden now Amazon came in. Mm. That's the worst.
So it's just it's crazy when you think about how how things have changed, how it's been a negative impact us going from, small mom and pop shops to like these bigger businesses, like these monopolies are coming in. And I feel like the situation with the pandemic, like it's kind of like tilting it more that direction.
It is.
Like a lot of these small businesses that were holding on.
It is.
This was a thing that kind of like broke the camel's back.
Like with me, I see myself turning more antisocial because I do feel like society is getting dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to avoid it. Like my brain can't function in this.
So it might be the 5G.
It could be that too. That's turning everybody else dumb.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you think? It's the 5G?
It could be.
Why is it not affecting me then?
It is affecting you.
Because I think I got the technology. I'm not getting dumb.
You just don't know it yet.
Anyway.
Seriously, like it's like melting our brains, man.
Well, didn't they turn it on today? Turn it on in like more areas or something?
Today?
I saw the airlines was having a fit about the whole 5G.
Oh my
Something
God.
about 5G today in the airlines.
I gotta look into it.
It popped up on my phone.
I gotta look into it. I gotta go to Reddit.
But once again, I'm like looking at to me like right now my whole brain was like, I should support the mom and pop. But why would I? Well,
yes.
But why would I ever do that if I literally can just walk down to my mailbox and get my meds?
Yeah.
Like Amazon could ship it to me. Boom, done.
And it's more about this.
How do they stay competitive?
It's more about the sense of community. Like it takes effort to go into the small mom and pop shops, and but those are the people like us, the free thinkers, that we're able to say, you know what, they need that one extra sale.
I get that, but the only way I would actually do that is if I actually knew the owner. I think that's the only way. Like if I had a vested interest, like me personally, I knew the owner, then I would be like, oh man, yeah, he's. But I bet you,
if you go into that store every couple days, you'll meet the owner.
Yeah, but I would not. Like I don't see people taking that effort to do that. Like,
once again, because we lost that sense of community.
We're gonna always. And then going back to your question, like you're seeing it like go more towards the big companies.
Yeah.
It's because the big companies offers the most grand prize of all, convenience.
Which is crazy.
Convenience.
I didn't think I was part of the generation that could see it, but I'm definitely seeing it now. Like now that I am, traveling and going everywhere, that everything is just cookie cutter. Everyone has a Dollar Tree. Everyone has a TJ Maxx. Yeah. Everyone has, a Walmart, obviously. Like, it's just the same.
It's like, it's funny too, because everywhere you go, you can always find those things.
Yes.
At least in America.
Yeah, like if even outside.
You could just go be on vacation. If you have a rental car, you can be like, oh, we forgot this.
No, let me look up Five Below.
Five and Below, Walmart, or Dollar Tree, like everything you said, Dollar General.
Tell you what, that's a Miami hack. They have a Five Below in Miami. So you go down there, you want to get some like snow tubes and stuff. Not snow tubes. You want to get like water toys for the kids while you're at the pool? Five Below.
I told my niece and nephew in Florida, their minds went when I showed them Dollar Tree. Because it was like, everything in the store is going to be $1. And I'm like, no. I was like, you find me something. Oh, my nephew, he was like, what if I find something that's more than $1? He was like, you have to give me $10. I was like, fine, I'll take that deal.
Okay.
And so we walked into the store, and they're searching, Dollar Tree. I'm glad they didn't do it now, because they jacked up their prices.
Yeah.
But they were searching, nothing in the store.
No, that's a New York thing.
No, I got it here in PA.
Get out.
Oh,
Your prices went up?
Oh, I was lippy when I went there. Ask Ollie.
Oh, that's
I was like, who the hell voted for Joe? And I'm looking at you and I'm blaming you every time I pay $1.25. I'm gonna break it down. I got 13 items and it cost me almost $17.
That's insane.
Yeah. Thanks,
Joe.
What?
It's crazy because
Thanks, Joe.
It's crazy because I remember there being like 99-cent stores when we were young, and like Just a Buck and Dollar Tree did it for us.
This lady looked at me. She was in her mask, right? And she was going down in the shelf to get something. She looks at me, and I think she smiled. Because I think she agreed.
That's all you saw.
Yeah. Some eyes. So I'm going by the eyes. I think she smiled. But yeah, I was all living in there. I was like, oh, we can't have a president that says bad things, but we can have one that doesn't care about the economy. $1.25, everybody. Oh, I was ready to get kicked out.
Oh my God!
I was so loud and livid. I was ready to get kicked out.
I didn't know I knew a Karen.
It's not being a Karen.
How was that?
This is how we make change. This is how we make change.
By screaming
against
in
the narrative, going against the narrative. How is that okay? How is that okay that something you bought for $1 last year is now $1.25? So you want to label me a Karen, right? You're gonna shame me to shut the fuck up, even though prices are going up.
But why would you be yelling that in the store? How
So
is that
people can
changing
change.
anything?
So maybe somebody who is a voted for Biden, because I know somebody's out there that voted for Biden, maybe they'll change. They'll be like, yeah, maybe I was wrong about Trump.
Okay.
Maybe I was wrong about
Okay,
Trump.
I see what you're saying.
Maybe-
Yeah, I didn't understand what you were saying, but I was like, dude, that's not gonna change the dollar store prices.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have voted. I want people to have Biden remorse.
So
I really do want people to have Biden remorse.
let's go.
I voted
Brandon.
for Biden, but never again. There you go. Biden remorse. Buyer's remorse. Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Yo, so I didn't realize. See, I thought it was a New York thing. I was like using your Dollar Tree as like a variable. So now I'm like curious. Is it like countrywide? Are all Dollar Trees now $1.25?
Yeah, they
'Cause I
recently
have-
met.
You
They
know what?
recently put
Oh, I
out
should
that.
have jumped on it. I wanted to do
And
a
this-
Pinterest post so bad when I
And
first
what?
saw
And
it.
here you see somebody. There's somebody defending that very long comment wants to defend Biden. But the fact of the matter is,
It doesn't even matter what they're saying. See what they're saying.
he said government policies doesn't have an instant impact. Look at tariffs when they were implemented and when they took effect. And that's bullshit, because if you look at Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree is a prime example of how inflation is going up. This literally happened because of the impact of our society right now, our economy right now. They're like, look, we need to pay people. Right? People are not working. We need to pay them. We need to pay them more, incentivize them.
Right.
Shipping is, like, our shipping right now are being hurt.
Yeah.
We're losing products, right? You know, we got stuff stuck in at our shipyards and we can't even get them delivered.
It's crazy
right?
when you went to the
So
stores
this is
now,
all
yeah.
an impact of what's been happening for the last year. This is why we have a 25% increase with Dollar Tree alone. So Dollar Tree is just glaringly showing you things were $1, now it's $1.25.
Yeah. But like, I'm
So think
sure
about
you've noticed,
overall,
I'm sure
you got
you've noticed
a
in the
life
grocery
increase
store,
of 25%.
Because when
Yes.
you go into the grocery
That's
store,
what I'm
what
saying.
like used to be like maybe $100 is now cost you $150, $200.
Because this is the
I'm
argument.
spending like $300 every time I go grocery shopping now.
And this is what the argument. And this is the argument that the people who voted for Joe wants to say, like, oh, this was stuff that Trump did, and it's just finally catching up to us. Bullshit. Because then why is our shelves empty? Why are the shelves empty? Why, when you go to the stores right now, why you see empty shelves?
Yeah.
Why? Because we got a whole supply. We have a supply issue, right? The demand's still high. The demand has not changed, but the supply has.
Yeah.
Why? Because we've been in lockdowns for the last 2 years. So don't tell me it's the guy who's in charge now.
Yeah.
But I voted for Biden, but never again. I'm glad you have Biden.
Hold on.
I'm glad you have Biden remorse. I'm glad because everybody felt for that whole Trump was so evil.
Yeah.
Like they really called him like the like he's worse than Hitler.
Yeah.
I was like, worse than Hitler. Hold up. I was like, hold up. I drank something and spit it out. I was like, hold up. Worse than Hitler? Trump is worse than Hitler. That's the narrative they really wanted to go with. But people bought onto that.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's
Because that's what
dividing
society
us.
is. Like, it's whatever
He's
is
dividing us.
like repeated over and over again, whether it's like on the TV, in the news, on Netflix, on YouTube, doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah.
It just repeats over and over
Yeah,
again.
you start
and
believing
then
it.
it's just common knowledge. Like, oh,
But not
yeah.
me. See, not me. I don't see it like that. I'm like, this is bullshit. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like, what the? I can't. Why? What are you trying to do? I don't see it like that. That's why I'm like the crazy guy. Until I start, like, you talk with me long enough, because I'm gonna hit you with the, like, over the head with it, right? Mm-hmm. But then once I talk, like, you talk to me for a little bit longer, you're gonna realize,
then the logic
start coming out.
Yeah, you just gotta get past, first, like,
I'm a brunt with it. I just, no, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm like, the economy, pay attention. No, but seriously, $1.25. Yeah. That's a 25%. That's a 25% increase. Yeah. Like think about your average raise. Mm-hmm. Like for everybody out here, the average raise, how much is it? 3-4%? Yeah. 5% if you're like shit hot. 25%. Yeah, 5% if you're shit hot. 25%, and that was overnight. Gas. That's another thing. Why is gas prices up?
Gas is really high. Ma says all the time, she's like, gas wasn't this high.
Don't tell me it's the policies when Trump was around. Mom! Because he was making more pipelines. And the first thing that man came on, he said, no more of these pipelines. Mm-hmm. He made us dependent on foreign oil when Trump made us dependent on ourselves. Yeah. Like, I don't understand that. So whose better interest do these politicians have? Yeah. Is it us? We vote for them. Like, I don't even know why we vote. I'm not voting no more. I'm like, you're just voting for your slave master. I'm not voting no more. I'm done. But then they're like, oh, but what about the guy who can make change? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I think I'm at the point where, like I said, I can see where the Joker.
I think it's not so much that you're, what is this? I think it's not so much that, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Go ahead.
Let me remember what I was
I'm
saying.
going to read the comments.
I think it's not
So, all right, so
I forgot. I got distracted.
Ms. Guilfoyle's detention said, I'm done with the Democratic Party. Weak on crime, weak on economy, weak on schools. And then next comment is, we need a news channel with just facts. No opinions, no commentary, just facts. And that's true. Yeah. Because right now, the newscasters, which I don't even know why we call them journalists or newscasters, we need to change their titles. They're content creators, just like us.
They are.
They're content creators. They're just on a bigger platform. Because the news shouldn't be about opinion. Because I'm telling you, like, back in the day, when you had Walter Cronkite, and he was all in black and white, all he did was he had a piece of paper, and he told you the news. That should be the news. And you're right. We do need a channel for that. Yep, they're talk shows now. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're both going at each other. Oh, it's like, turn them both off. That's how they are. Like, one, was it the red don't like the blue don't like the red. They're just a bunch of puppets.
Yeah.
Bunch of muppets.
You love that word.
I do. I love it. That was a Gordon Ramsay thing. He called that a donut. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you could call people this. I gotta use it in a sentence. I gotta use it in context. Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't know.
Alright, I'm sorry. I gotta take this.
Oh my goodness.
My girlfriends are all going back and forth.
Oh my goodness.
Text.
So now is where you need to invite them onto the show. Be like, hey, would any of you guys want to volunteer for a show? I'm just curious. I'm really curious to see, I don't know, other people who have been in a couple for a long, in a relationship for a long time. I want to hear their opinion on what made it work. Because that's what we need. We need somebody like that. We can't just assume like, oh, if we do this, it's going to work.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that's what we're both under those assumptions. I don't know. I'm gonna check to see if this got caught up with the comments. Mrs. Guilfoyle's detention. Is that really her profile pic?
Who? What are you talking about?
She's a very lovely lady.
That's a really nice picture.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, professional? And she's commenting?
Nice
Okay.
background, like compliments like her look. I like her.
Very, very, very professional. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get water. You're like guggling over there. I'm like, I'm dry.
I think we're going to take a quick break. I need to walk away too. I guess I can wait until Ray comes back and Ray will continue to entertain you.
I'm parched. You need a water?
No, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, you're letting all the heat out.
That's what you get. It's called survival instinct.
Oh, man. Grab some chips or something.
Oh, my goodness.
I like snacking. Chips. Yeah.
I don't think I have chips. You want chips with lime?
Sure.
Tostitos.
I'll take what you have.
You can tell.
We've been going for a while. This is pretty cool. Holy shit, it's been 2.5 hours.
You can tell when I have burritos or quesadillas for dinner. When the lime chips are out. Because I love them.
I like having the car when I
drive.
Not that I like to drive much, but when I do drive, I like having the car.
Man, we've been ranting for a while.
Wow. Yo, so what like apps do you use?
For what?
Like, other than YouTube, what other like platform apps do you use?
Sadly, I'm really sucked into the YouTube ecosystem.
Okay.
And that would be the one app, like that literally is the one app that I pay money for. Everything else, like I'm a pirate for a reason. Let's just say that. Everything else, I figured out how to find and not have to pay for their ridiculous fees that keeps going up every year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But then once again, like look at Netflix prices. They just went up.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because their cost of production went up when they're on set because of Kofifi.
Yeah, and they're making like movies, good movies.
They are, but all that cost went up.
Yeah.
Testing and making sure everybody's safe and all this, all under the guise of safety.
Mm.
Twitch. Do a Letterbox account. I don't even know what Letterbox is. You're putting me onto a new app. Is Twitch an option for us? I guess Twitch could be an option. What I heard about Twitch though, Twitch is very sensitive. Like they'll cancel somebody, they'll remove their account for whatever reason. I think YouTube is a little more lenient in that sense. Like I think even with Twitch, like if you curse too much, your channel's gone.
Really?
Yeah. Twitch is very.
Where is it based?
Well, Twitch is owned by Amazon. And I wanted, so chances are they're probably based out in what's it? Not California, either California or Seattle, probably.
I was just wondering if it was like a U.S. based country, like country.
Oh, it's a tech company. So they're mostly, either Cali or Seattle. That's why Seattle's doing so much good money because it's like tech industry.
Yeah, because like I know somebody from like England that says you can't even cross on the streets over there. Like you can get cited. Like, you get a ticket for that shit.
Like as much as I rant on America, we definitely do have a lot of freedom. Like the fact, even with this whole like lockdown in Kofifi, like you look at like Australia, the way they're like penalizing people, and like how you see these massive like taken to the streets in all these places, but you haven't really seen that over here because it hasn't gotten that bad. Like I hear like there's one protest against the mandates that they're gonna have in DC, but that's now. Like now they're planning on protesting, so it hasn't even gotten that bad. Like even the Supreme Court just recently shot down the whole mandates for businesses, right? It's a little too late because a lot of people took what they had to do.
Yeah.
Point taken, but it hasn't gotten so bad here as it has been elsewhere. No, I want to search for Twitch. I don't want to go to Twitch. I'm just curious.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, that's where they were based out of, and I'm curious now.
Dude, I have like 500 TikTok followers.
TikTok?
Yeah.
So blow that up. You can go live if you have 1,000.
I don't have 1,000 yet. I have like half that.
You can do that. I told you can do an app where they give you like 1,000 like overnight. And it's like $20. And then
I want to pay for my followers. I feel like so dirty doing that.
Yeah, but then after there you can go live and then you can start going live with it. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 500. You're halfway there. But what else are you gonna do if you can't go live?
Well, I think I got the majority of my followers from posting a video about like something I was making. So I feel like if I just post a few pictures of it's a video platform, shit. Some video of like the remakes I do in my house, the remodels.
It says shout out your TikTok name.
Oh shit! Who am I on TikTok?
Yeah, see, this is why we don't even think about that stuff. So for this channel, if you just came across us, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff.
I don't even think we did our intro today.
No, we don't do our
intro.
Guys,
welcome to the channel, Sibling Rivalry. I'm Liv.
I'm Ray. Welcome to the channel. We're so bad at this.
Oh man!
Shout out your stuff so that people can find you. She gotta look up her name.
I'm at Passion Pollen.
You should type that down below.
I know, Passion Pollen.
Yeah, but you gotta spell different.
Yeah, so, that's spelled all kinds of crazy.
You gotta leave. Why don't you go on your YouTube account?
I can just go into a comment right now.
Right, and comment it right now below, so it shows up right there on your YouTube, under your account, so they can see your other channel on YouTube.
Okay.
Which you haven't done any videos on there either. It's like too much. You're like, no.
Yeah, I'm like focusing on this one.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we're live. Hey, look, I'm eating chips.
That's
your TikTok.
That's your TikTok?
Passion pollen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the comments now. See? Boom! It's in the comments. You're right there.
There you go.
There you go. You're in the comments.
Thank you. True fans.
Yeah,
correctly.
Yeah, we are very bad at promoting ourselves. we should definitely start doing that if we want to get our message out there. I don't even know what our message is. Message is love.
What is this? I gotta re-sign into my actual cell phone?
Positivity and good vibes.
What? That's not who I am. Go back.
What are you doing? No, edit this out later. You fumbling on your phone. It's gonna be like bloop, bloop, and then you back talking. Fix it in post.
That's not who I want to sign in as.
Well, then sign in the right way. Yo, you gotta be professional. You were supposed to be leaving your stuff below.
All right, I'm finally here.
They're like, shout out your stuff. Slacker. No wonder you only got 500. Jeez. Slacker.
Boom.
No politics, no religion. Ah, but then that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, actually,
I feel like you always make your way back to like these topics.
oh, because things gotta change.
And religion too.
Not really religion, because I'm not really religious, and I don't see religion really having an impact in society anymore. The new religion is politics. So that's what we have to go against. Like, I don't understand
Put
how
that on a like sticker, a bumper sticker.
the new religion is politics.
Yeah.
People know that. I don't think that's. Yeah, we were just talking politics, so we can't say that. We can't say no politics. We were talking about it because politics got to change. It's like you can't really have like if our ideal society is people being happy and being positive and good vibes, we have to change that. We have to change the current society, and the current society is stuck on negativity. That's coming from politics. People are polarized with that. So we gotta start somewhere, you know. And I admit I'm human. I fall into my polarization too, right? Like there's certain things that I believe politically, and I want to change that. Like I do want to have discourse with somebody from the other side. It shouldn't be like that. We're still humans.
Yeah.
But that's how it's becoming. It's like I'm in this tribe, you're in that tribe. Like we gotta talk about the issues we have, fix those issues, and then we can get back to the good vibes. That's what I think. You know, fuck that. Good vibes all time.
I feel like I'm already at the part with good vibes, and I just need to spread it. Just come share my energy.
Come share your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that too. Like just
When
build
are we
it.
vacationing together?
No, I don't know. I gotta see where my money's at. Now that you ask these questions, my money's up and
I
down.
know you're
all the
driving
time.
down to like.
I wanted to, but I need warmer weather. See, but what kind of vacation are you talking about? Like, are you gonna rough it with me?
No, you can come hang out with us in our
Are you gonna sleep in a tent?
No.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna meet up with you at a locale. I'm gonna be in my roughing it in my tent, and you're gonna be in the hotel.
Yeah.
Is that how it's gonna be?
Yeah, you guys can like come swim with us. Ali's gonna want to go swimming.
He does want to go swimming.
I know.
That's a kind of vacation. As long as Ollie can go, yep, that's pretty much my vacation. So as long as Ollie can go swimming. I did do that with one of my friends. He has like a huge ass camper.
Mm-hmm.
Like huge camper. This thing, I can live in this camper.
Okay.
So he has like this huge
Is
camper.
it like bigger than this?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's bigger than this.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
He's got like a mobile home.
No, it's huge, and it opens wide and everything.
Okay.
And here I am, sleeping in the back of my truck. So it's like, all right, let's go. So we went on a vacation, and sure enough, he had the whole campsite, and he was like, oh, we splurged the one that we could just pull in because it's such a big truck.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, we just pull in, and like it had a nice deck and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm over there. I got a tent site. And the kids got their tent and everything, but they love it.
Yeah.
It's like a chance to get away, you know? Like that's what, I don't know. I kind of like I'm in that whole like being humble phase right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to shed all that
That's
materialistic
so
stuff.
important. So important.
Like I'm trying to shed it all and just be like, I don't want it. I don't need it. Like buying new things, like
You don't need any of it.
Right. I want to get rid of all of it.
We should rent you one of those trash bin things. The like containers that they like drop off for a couple days, and just.
I had one of those. I filled the whole damn thing.
You did already?
Yeah.
This shit's still full?
Yeah. It was $600 to rent it right out here, and it was here for a whole week.
Wasn't that
Filled
amazing?
it up.
Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, my garage is empty. My basement is empty.
Oh,
like
that's
it was
awesome.
just so. It was like just toss it. But you're right. I need to do another one. If I do another one, I think this house is gonna be empty. There will be nothing left.
Mom needs to take advantage of the opportunity she has.
Of what?
Getting rid of all her shit.
Mom's waiting till her time to pass, and then you can take care of all that shit.
I don't want to do that.
Yep, you're gonna have to clear it all out. That dumpster's not gonna fill all her stuff.
And so I'm saying she's got to do it slowly now. Because they have 2 dumpsters, and like her side, they only use the one dumpster. Just like, use the second one as your personal dumpster for the next few weeks.
So we got a question. What if you're living in a society and that is the best there is and the best there was? Like, what if this is it? This is the best that we can get as humans. This is it.
Well,
what do we do?
What we're doing, making the most of it.
Then at that point, what I would say, if this is the best it can get, disconnect from all the noise and turn up the best parts louder.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's good right there.
Because that's what a lot of people follow. And I'm guilty of that too. Like, I'm trying to make this transition out of it. But I'm guilty in the sense that I feel like I'm being affected. Like, when my life goes up 25%, when I'm trying to conserve money right now, like, I do think I'm a little loud with that one. Especially when it could have been avoided. So, but, once again, I still gotta turn off the noise. I gotta turn off the noise. And I just gotta take her for what it is. That's why I take nice long showers. That's why I put on my reggae music
Block it out.
And just tune everything out.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you guys are doing. If I know that it gets no better, just live it up and find the good things in life. Yeah, but why can't we do that with a good life? Like, why does it have to be the end time for us to turn up? Why can't we just turn up?
End times. Just like, this is it.
But that's your life. Your life is definitive. You know you're going to die. At some point in your life, you're going to die. So why not be turned up every day? Why not live your life full every single day?
Because as Americans, we're entitled.
Right.
And
but you're not entitled to living.
We think we have, however long. Like, oh, I'm going to be the one to live to 80. I'm going to live to 85. Like, it's just a sense of entitlement.
I wake up every day not knowing when I'm going to die. And I'm like, today has been a beautiful day. And I try to make each day a beautiful day.
That's what you have to share.
Yeah.
Because that's like often, and it's not even like a mental thing. It's like subconscious. Like, we're just like, oh, we have so much time. And then boom.
Yeah, but I think we...
You did.
You did. Do. Wasted. No, it's wasted.
Ooh.
You get that thought.
Oh my
wasted.
God, you
I love GTA. And so does everybody else. It was the most sold game last year.
Lex and Ali are like bonding over it. They're like calling each other. Like, are you gonna get on?
Yep. GTA. They love GTA. Mm-hmm. But that's how it is with my friends too. Every night, me and my buddies, we're like, yo, we're gonna get on? Like 3 of us just playing. Yo, yeah, we gotta do this mission. We gotta do the heist. Modern life ain't that bad with working from home and internet and cheap goods. That is true, but the cheap goods are starting to get expensive. Mm-hmm. Cost of living is starting to get expensive. Like my oil shot up to like $200. Filling it up. That's crazy.
But that's where a lot of people are. How do I explain it? Like, you're secluded. You're home. You're watching Netflix. You're working from home. You're not connecting. You're not going out there and meeting people and breathing in the air. Well, you might be breathing in the air. You might be going for walks or something, but I'm picturing you as a couch potato.
Damn! That's messed up.
That's where my mind went, But you're missing out on that.
No, but that comment does go back to what we were saying earlier with the whole dating thing, where it's like you can live off one income if you minimize your life.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're working from home, right, you're not really going out. Your life, what do you have to complain about? right? But then what happens when you're set at a certain lifestyle, right? You're at a certain budget, and you do go to stores, and now those cheap goods are not cheap anymore. That's what's happening right now. When do you start speaking up? Like, you've been minding your business, and yet shit's still rolling on you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it with the groceries.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to do a calculation, right? I walked away, and I'm like, all right, I want to live my fullest life. I don't want to work for nobody else. I want to, and all this. I'm walking away. I want to be happy. I'm minding my own business. And then when I go to the store, shit's up 25%.
Yeah.
I wasn't factoring that into my budget.
You know what, like, I find is, like, the most important part about not, like, being out and, like, doing, like, the regular, like, what life used to be. Like, going to work and, running over here, running over there. What I'm finding is, the connections. So, like, you and I are doing this. Mm-hmm. We haven't hung out like this in forever.
Yeah, but most people don't connect like that no more. Not in
this
day and age.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what we need. And, like, you were talking about, like, your childhood, like, memories and stuff. I have a childhood girlfriend who, she comes, hangs out in my house with her kids for, like, we do it at least, like, every other week.
Yeah, but that's because of the environment we're in right now. Like, you talking about, like even coworkers. People can't, we're all working from home.
Yeah, it's true. You don't have that connection.
It's the whole Kofifi thing right now. Like, when that goes away, we can go back to the lifestyle we used to have. So what's going to make it go away? Following everything they told us, it seems like they keep pushing it back.
I don't know what's going to make it go away, but what I'm saying is, like, it's nice to have that. You work from home. You have the internet. You have the cheap products. But you also need a connection. Right.
So you're saying living in the now, this is what we got to deal with. Mm-hmm. What do we do now? So how do we get that connection now? If we're living with this now, how do we get that connection? How do they get that connection?
Like, for me, I have a friend who, like, we still hang out. Like, we still make the effort to either go to, like, one of the other person's house, and we just, we release. Chill. We're able to chill. We're able to, yeah, it's just a different
kind of
experience.
What I remember having, like, when I was younger, and it was called Club Casa. Mm-hmm. Where you're just at home and there's like a DJ on the radio and you're just listening to that mix and getting drinks and you have friends over or whatever and you're just having a good time, just dancing in your living room. Mm-hmm. Like you feel like you're at the club because you're with the DJ, but you're not really out, right? Mm-hmm. Just popping a few bottles at home.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. That was kind of fun. That's like your broke way of going to the club. Connect with Ray and Lynn when COVID got you lonely. Oh, that's our tag. There you go. Mm-hmm. Welcome.
That's what it is. It's about having conversations and being able to relate and just like laughing and just living.
You know what too? You know what? And I know like sometimes like I like the conversation we have because I feel like these are the conversation people want to have.
Yeah.
But they don't have nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
Or they feel shunned for having these conversations now. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like everything is so polarized nowadays. Like, it's really hard to connect.
Yeah. I tried connecting with one of, like, my daughter's friends' moms. Mm-hmm. So I've had this little girl over before, before the pandemic. Like, she was, like, almost, like, the best friend in the neighborhood. And so I texted the mom the other night. Because, like, I wanted to get the bochinchas. So there was, like, a fire truck and, like... there was, like, a fire truck.
Neighborhood gossip.
Shit over, like, around the corner, though. And it was, like, right across the street from their house. So I sent her a text. I was like, yo, I'm trying to be nosy right now. But it's cold. And I put mad emojis. I was like, can you see what's going on up front of your house? Let me know. Nothing. I was like, yo, come on. That was like the perfect end to just be like, blocked. Yo, it is so cool.
You've been blocked. You're not part of the
No, because then I said something else and like I kind of like closed it out and then she responded to that.
Oh, I thought you got blocked.
She wasn't ready to gossip with me. Yeah. I was like, yo.
Yeah. She's like, we don't trust you. You got to earn the gossip trust. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
It was like in the middle of the snowstorm, so I knew they were home. Like,
like I know you home. I know you home. Let me in. You're like peeking through the windows. I know you there. You touching the hood of the car to see they left recently. It's not hot. I know you're in there. Oh, that's hilarious.
Baby girl was so embarrassed. She's like, please don't send that message. I needed to know.
You know what's cool? That I think you should like when you did the Halloween party, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you did it for the kids. You should do it for the adults too. Be like, hey parents, I know you're coming, so if you want to dress up and stay and have some good time.
I told them all, and nobody dressed up and came.
So one or two did.
Yeah, they did. Came. Yes.
And that's cool. That's cool. I'm like, yeah, have fun with it.
Yes, hell yeah.
That's what you should do. Like, advertise it for like, yo, it's a family event.
Yes.
So we want parents there too to have a good time. Unwind. Have some fun. That's why I love those holidays. Like, I love Halloween. Like, I feel like it should be a whole month.
Isn't there?
Get your money's worth for your costume. I don't know, because towards the end of it, they're pumping Christmas stuff already.
They are. But it's just like the stores, you know? At home, you're still experiencing Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I think St. Patrick's Day should be an event. Some places are. But I think we should, like, all get excited.
Yeah, Goshen has, like, the really cool parade and everything.
Like, the leprechaun should come and leave you something in your shoe or something. And you're like, oh, look what the leprechaun left me. And then you go and you just have a good time. Like, a lot of places do their St. Patty's Day parade. And then you dress up. You know what? St. Patrick's Day needs, like, a mascot. Oh, it's the leprechaun. Like, people need to dress up like leprechauns.
I would love to have a neighborhood like that where, like, you know, you send out, like, a little card in everybody's mailbox. Like, oh, if you leave your shoe out the night before, you know, whatever holiday, the leprechaun's going to stop by.
And then a neighborhood goes in.
And somebody goes and, like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, what happens if your shoe gets stolen or it rains on your shoe?
Well,
I mean, it'd be cool. Yeah, don't leave your new.
It's just like a cool idea, you know. Like even if I lived like on a cul-de-sac where it was like less houses, you know. But
yeah, see,
so
he's saying like St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Chinese New Year's. We should celebrate all that. Yeah, we want to be we're so diverse. Why don't we embrace all those other holidays?
And for the longest time, I used to wonder like why we were so big on like the holidays that like we have one every month kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like with age, I'm realizing it's like that's how we celebrate.
Just being
like
alive.
The passing of time, you know.
It's not even that. It's more. Well, that too. But I think it's more of just it gives us a reason to celebrate. Mm-hmm. Like once again, life is short. You should always be partying.
It's good.
So now this is like a legal like society's way of saying yeah you can go party.
Yeah.
But I want events like when they do it like in a Latin America or like in Mexico or somewhere where it's like an all day thing and they have like the big like parade and everything. Like I want that. Like I want the Chinese New Year. I want to see like a flying dragon downtown. Like the town gets involved.
Yeah,
with
that'd
it.
be awesome.
Right?
That's so like Hallmark of you.
Is it? Oh, I'm a Hallmark movie.
Oh man. But it's true, you know that's.
Hey, I'm down with that one. Free
that's
tequila.
A community.
On Cinco de Mayo.
I don't know where to put these shit.
No, but it's more like just a holiday should be another it should be a reason for us to come for that event. Mm-hmm. Like we know today is a day of the party.
Yeah.
Like no matter what day St. Patty's falls on, it's a day of the party. That's what it should be. Same thing with all these holidays. It should be like it's a time to embrace life and take in the blessing that you are alive right now. Mm-hmm. Because you know every day's not promised. So you wake up today and it falls on this holiday, embrace it. You're having fun. You wake up in the morning. Where's my green? You want free tequila on Cinco de Mayo? You don't like tequila?
I can't do tequila. Just thinking about it, like I get the taste.
So in GTA,
not tequila.
In GTA, you could pour shots, right? So Ollie's like always pouring shots. He's like, Daddy, I'm gonna come over to the table and pour shots. So he pours the shots, but he picks. He's like, let's do tequila shots. So you can do the lemon afterwards. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I can't wait till you turn 21 so we can actually do these shots. Probably have to skip, but we might have to cheat a little. Maybe when he's 18, we'll go to Mexico or something and do the shots.
I had a shot of tequila in Mexico. Because I was in Mexico. I felt like You gotta at least try it, you know?
No,
You know what? It wasn't as intense as like tequila is here.
See, but you gotta do tequila. No, tequila in Mexico is more intense.
It wasn't intense. It was a smoother, like...
That's what they all made. All the tequila comes from Mexico.
No, the shit over here is just nasty.
Agave.
It's just like, ugh. No.
Cactus.
No, it wasn't bad. It went down smooth. Maybe
no, but if I'm doing a tequila shot...
Like, recognize, like, oh, she's not gonna...
Look, you can't chain me. I want to do the whole ordeal. I want the salt, the shot, and the lime. They're like, oh, that's training wheels. No, motherfucker, that's part of the experience. I want to do that shit. Let's do it. Let's salt it up, shot it, yeah, and then you throw the lime. I don't know why I hit that. Man, I hit that girl over there. That's messed up. No, I want the whole experience. I gotta have the whole experience. So you don't do the whole experience?
No.
You just do a shot? That's why you don't like it. You're like, this tastes awful.
I feel like salt tastes awful. Why would I want to... No. I'm not interested in doing any of that.
Because you got to do this.
No. So I guess I'm not getting the full experience. There was no point in me taking the shot in Mexico.
And you got to bite it. Yeah, take the whole experience. That's why I take the shot.
I feel like I'm feeling the burn just by talking about this.
Because you don't do the lime. You got to do the full experience.
I don't like tequila. I used to drink gin. I drank gin for a while.
Yeah, you had some weird gin. Because I would just be like, yeah, let me get a gin and tonic. And those are the worst tasting. You were like, let me get a, what's it called?
A gimlet?
Gremlin? Can I get a gremlin? I'm like, what? I could never order that at a bar.
Rum has always been good.
Yeah, rum is good. Rum and cokes. I'm telling you, I told the boys the 3 Bs. I said, what's the 3 Bs? Booze. Or bourbon. Bourbon.
Booty.
Booty. You know it? And what's the last one?
And booty.
No, booty was in the middle. You just said booty.
Another kind of booty.
No, blazing. It was like blazing, bourbon, booty. That's all Daddy needs. As a pirate. Those are the codes as a pirate. I love that I got your Elvis. He's ready. He's like, Theo said I'm going to be a pirate and we're going to be on a boat.
No. No.
He likes it
because Mom said something about you and he was just like, Theo's going to be a pirate.
But he likes it though because he likes being in underwear. So where else can he be like in a bathing suit his whole life?
Yeah.
On Theo's boat.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, yo, be on there sailing it and everything and then we're going on the side. Getting drunk in the little tiki huts.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that makes me more excited looking for a boat. You just want like a tropical island.
I just want the island experience.
The house.
The sun every morning.
No, I want to wake up. I want to wake up in the cabin. Like, oh, where am I? Go up. Is it raining? No, it's not. All right. Where are we, boys? Like, I was like, this is not where I pinpointed. Where are we? We're in Jamaica, Dad. Oh, I love Jamaica. Let's go. Oh, we're saying our drinks. Mojitos. You like mojitos?
I do like mojitos.
Yeah? Mojitos are good. They have to be made right, though.
Yeah.
Because they put too much of the green leaves.
Tell you what. Mojitos in DR?
Well, that's because you're in DR. That's because you're in DR. Look at her eyebrows went. Look at her eyebrows went. Because you're in DR. You're taking in the whole moment.
You want to hear some fucked up shit?
It's the whole...
Yo, I need to share this now. I need to share this because I just
don't remember. Go ahead, let it out.
So, there were multiple, like, bartenders there, right? But we knew we had to go see the one with the really big teeth because he made the best ones. So, I was like, yo, you think Jaws is working?
Damn, you could have went easy on him. Call him like Mr. Ed or something.
I was like, yo, Jaws.
The talking horse, but no. She said this motherfucker looked like a shark.
Yeah. But tell you
what, Did
you
do the theme song every time you were coming over? Would you be like, dun, 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 dun. What about snorkeling and fishing and eating what you catch?
That all sounds amazing.
Would you do that?
But I'd have to learn how to
catch a fish.
No, I know how to catch a fish. I've been fishing
with nets.
I haven't been fishing
on a tropical island. Like,
I've seen them. Yeah. I've seen them doing it, but I haven't seen them.
You gonna do that?
But I'd have to learn how to clean it and everything.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Who?
I don't know. I try. I have somebody who cleans the fish, who guts them and all that.
Okay.
I'll be like, and then we go and then we eat it. Yeah, it'll be great.
Yo,
Be party.
I really enjoy seafood.
It's like, I know I can't play the drums, but I got the guy who plays the drums.
I need to be on an island.
Yeah.
I need it.
Not like just beach music.
Yo, what time is it?
Cooking.
I gotta go. It's 2:00.
Oh my God. We always do this. We never plan a perfect exit. We just run out the time. We're running out the car. What? Barter for someone to clean your fish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll have a whole community that does that. Like, I don't know how to play the drums, but I know there's going to be dope-ass music there. All right, guys. She got to run. We got to plan this better.
Life.
We got to plan this better. We always like, oh, what time is it?
Do we need like an official outro?
No, we got to like wind it down.
No, this is where we're supposed to read our ads for our affiliate marketing.
Yeah, and then the show, yeah.
This show has been brought to you by Lynn and Ray.
Yeah, and Chips. We're not going to say their name, though.
Yeah. Or like the sock people could be, what's it called? Sponsoring us? Not sponsoring us. Whatever. We'll get the terminology.
Where's the producer? Yeah, where is the producer?
Producing, I guess.
The producer's with us in spirit.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, if
Thank
it's
you
your
for
first
the
time
comments.
watching us, make sure
Give
you
us great
subscribe.
content. It was a great show. And yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, keep chatting with
Comment,
us when we
like.
come back live.
We love you guys.